captain's login. Gotcha. Because this is dead serious. The inside and outside tour I did a few months ago of my house. Everyone on the internet. Alright, let me just get that stuff off of there. My angry on the internet! My fault. I want everything about my house. On the internet! My fault. I want everything about my house. Now, my house, Daddy, I get it through your fucking skull. My house and the bear.
Get all that stuff off of there.
I don't know where to go. Daddy, I get it through your fucking skull. My house and the bear.
Get all that stuff off of there.
I don't know where to go. Let me do this stupid video to everybody and my command.
You want not kill. Go work on it.
Kick me in the balls. Yeah, now. I am not homie, a real name. Then I'm gone and the bear at Regency Square Shopping Center. You damn mocking motherfucker! Angry! I'll send this detective. My fault. I want everything about my house. On the internet. My fault. I want everything about my house. Now. My house. Daddy, I get it through your fucking skull. My house and the bear.
Get all that stuff off of there.
I don't know where to go. Daddy, I get it through your fucking skull. My house and the bear.
Get all that stuff off of there.
I don't know where to go. I like the rap. I'll play with the rubber. I go with you now. Daddy, I get it through your fucking skull. My house and the bear.
Get all that stuff off of there.
I don't know where to go. Daddy, I get it through your fucking skull. My house and the bear.
Get all that stuff off of there.
I don't know where to go.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Say, man, you got a joint? No, you know. It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 527. Woo!
Suck it!
Woo! I have such a bad short-term memory that I have to keep going back and reading the title of the show to remember what episode we're on.
You think after 527 of them, you'd get the number right?
At first, I was laser focused. I always knew which episode it was. And then eventually it's like, wow, you know, now we're in triple digits. You know, we're more than halfway to 1,000.
Yeah. Almost halfway to 1080, which should be like a snowboarding episode. You ever played 1080 snowboarding?
No.
It was like an old Nintendo 64 game.
Nope.
It was pretty sweet.
Okay.
I really liked it.
Cool.
It was kind of like Tony Hawk, but
cool
snowboarding.
Story, bro.
I don't know.
So I have one amazing
Record out
announcement.
clips.
I have one amazing announcement that a lot of people have been waiting a long time for. A lot of you have told me you want to support the show, but you don't want to give money to Patreon anymore. And our response to that was 2 months ago, we opened a Subscribe account. But now I am glad to say that Subscribe the DP Subscribe is now fully functional once again. So those of you who want to support us through Subscribe you can. You'll get the exact same shit that people on Patreon get. Whether
Did
you
they
want
fix their MasterCard issue?
it was a PayPal issue. PayPal ditched them because they were starting to host people that were suspended from PayPal.
Oh.
Like Sargon and you know, those people. Also, whether you stay with Patreon or you go to Subscribe either way, I want to let you know our next private show is going to be on February 8th. And part of what we will be covering is we will be covering old training videos, like old sexual harassment HR videos that people watch when they go into work, probably some fast food training videos, that kind of stuff. Also, I think we'll watch some classic news footage like from the 60s, 70s, that kind of stuff. So check that out. We'll probably be doing other stuff too. I'm coming up with it. I have a few weeks to decide, but check that out. Oh, and also, we have some slots available for $100 patrons. If anyone wants to be a guest on the show next month, feel free to become a patron, $100 patron, and we'll have you on the show. And, you know, we can talk about whatever, you know. As you've seen it before, we've brought people on the show and they just do their thing. Also, the only other real announcement I have right now, download the Brave browser, link in the description. Use it to watch every episode. So if you have the Brave browser already and you're watching this on a different browser, go to the Brave browser and watch it there, please. We will be rewarded handsomely for that transpiring.
Millions of rewards.
That helps us out a lot. Only
After
other thing
you guys started using it, I started inspecting the Brave browser from like a technical aspect.
Yeah.
And I'm not seeing any huge downfalls at all with it. So, and I mean, I'm a software engineer, so I've got
cool.
a little bit of take on it.
So you really tried to tear it apart too. You were like, "Where's the communist Russia behind all this?"
they kind of want to get on the forefront of running ads to support creators and taking it out of the hands of Google and doing it their way, basically.
Ooh.
So that's pretty awesome. The only other thing I wanted to mention was on our next show, we're going to have a new begin screen, you know, the screen that you saw at the beginning where it listed patrons of a certain amount and our associate producer. And it's looking like, unless things change by the end of this stream, it's looking like Antonovich may end up being named as the associate producer, but Dusty's owner is just slightly behind.
Oh. They happen to dislike each other too. So this
Do they?
Well,
I don't think Dusty's owner dislikes Antonovich.
Antonovich is just like, fuck
get
that
rid of
bird."
this fucking bird. I'm so tired of this fucking bird. Yeah.
It'll be tough. We'll see what happens. They're neck and neck right now, Rock.
Yeah. But I don't think Antonovich is watching this live because he usually only watches live on weekends.
Yeah.
So if Dusty's owner is out there, he might be able. It's only like $30 difference.
Damn.
So, I guess we'll see. Everyone, please like the show and please share it. Let's get some more people in here. We're going to cover the news in a minute. We just had to get those announcements out of the way.
We talked about the gentleman that was attacked by guys in MAGA hats last episode. Do we have that? Anything about that this time?
The guy that was attacked?
The guy from Empire who was attacked by people with MAGA
No, I didn't get any of that.
Because I've been getting reports that might be a hoax.
Is it?
It might be.
Huh.
I don't know. We'll have
That
to
would
see.
be crazy if it was.
We'll have to see.
See, it's crazy. Like, all you have to do is remind people to hit like, and then it just shoots up. You know, it's
seriously, it's that easy. Like, that's why everybody's like, subscribe,
yeah, that's
share.
why.
Because it really works. It's disgusting how easily it works, and you just gotta.
Hey, I'm not trying to be bossy. I was just called bossy.
Wow.
In the chat, I'm not trying to be bossy. If I don't say it, people don't think about it, and it's not that they don't want to do it. It's just they don't think about it, how important it is to us, because to them, you know, they're just watching.
You're called bossy? Welcome to an assertive young woman's life.
Ban bossy! Ban bossy!
Ban the boss!
Ban bossy! Hashtag ban bossy.
Bad bossy.
Ban bossy.
But yeah, like the stream, share with your grandma, bring your grandma in. We would like to do a show tonight for the grandmothers. We don't have Grandmother's Day, you know. We have we have Father's Day, Mother's Day. We have like the Grand Centennial.
Grandmother's Day.
We don't have a Grandmother's Day. That's what this is tonight. Drunken Peasants for the grandmas.
The Drunken Peasants for the grandmas. God, this is I don't even know what to say to that.
I say,
The
fuck
Sweet
it.
Boy Grandmother Hour.
Do it live. It is the Sweet Boy Grandmother Hour, right? Like every hour is. If you're a sweet boy, you take care of your grams.
All right, what do we got here?
Grandmothers are mothers, you dillhole. Wow, Reno, that's not a sweet boy thing to say.
So also, before we move on, we're trying to reach this goal. We're not even 15% of the way there. I'm a little concerned. Usually Saturdays are huge, but we got to give them some leeway. You know, that's why Antonovich is on top with the donations. Saturdays are usually huge, but hopefully we can get this going somewhere. And yeah, guys, I had to disable $1 donations because the fees almost totally cancel out the donation.
Yeah.
So I had to go to $2.
People are like, why do you care? It's still 50 cents. And it's like, well, when we're doing like a goal, like it's 50 cents on the goal means we really only did.
Also, I mean, like, I mean, yeah, the fees are like take almost all of it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We don't want to pay PayPal's bills, okay? YouTube's already stealing from us. Everybody's taking our monies. Compton's in the house.
Action News.
Barry Compton is back. Wow, yeah, I don't think I've seen Barry Compton in a while.
Remember when Mr. Naughty Priest subscribed? Was that actually him?
Yeah, I think it was.
Man.
I think so.
What a sweet boy.
Yeah. Yeah, he became a member. It's almost as good as becoming a neighbor, right?
Please won't you be my neighbor? Oh, would you be mine? Oh, could you be mine? Tom Hanks is playing Mr. Rogers in a movie that's coming out.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, that's probably going
It
to
might
be a good film.
I have to see how he does the character. It's so different playing someone who was actually a real person.
Oh, let's see if they cancel the barbecue again.
Oh, damn, we're tired of delivering this fucking barbecue to the same place.
We don't want to deliver treats to these boys anymore. Why?
They're not sweet boys.
Last time it got canceled, then somebody else bought that sesame chicken for you, and it smelled so good, but it was covered in glaze and flour.
That's why it's so good, though.
Yeah. I'm just glad Manny's here to take care of me.
Let's pour a beer for all the $1 comments that could have been. I'm sorry. Lo
siento, friendo.
You know what? The $1 ones that come from credit cards aren't the problem. It's the ones that go through PayPal. Because PayPal takes a huge chunk out of those. They almost punish you for doing a transaction that's only $1.
Yeah.
Because even just $2, it's way, way lower. Like, that's an acceptable fee on that.
The real acceptable fee is, a kick in the nuts. So if PayPal wants to kick me in the nuts, I'm fine with that. Just give us all the money.
So the last show we did nothing but articles. Today we're going to do kind of a combination of both.
Okay.
We're going to do articles and videos. So the first thing I want to put up here is the Batman to fly in summer 2021. Ben Affleck passes the torch to the next generation of Bruce Wayne. Did he pass the torch or did they fire him?
Well, I think he'd rather not play Batman. He still had his hand in the script for the Batman, I'm pretty sure. He originally was going to direct it, then he backed out of that because he didn't have time to direct. And I think he honestly thought that Batman versus Superman was going to be a tentpole launching platform for DC and do some serious business, and it was just like it was panned. It was it made money. It did business, but nobody respected it. There were the DC fanboys that absolutely like would stand up for anything, and I see those people out there, and I'm like, I'm glad you got something you enjoy, but it was shit. And Justice League was shit.
Screen Rant made a huge stink about this when it was first announced a couple of days ago, when it was leaked in the little document that had come out, and they were saying how this is completely unverified and there's no way that Affleck could be giving up the role. But now they're eating crow.
Yeah. Well, I think the idea now is to play a little younger version of Bruce Wayne anyways.
But let's be honest. Everybody spurred the fuck out when Ben Affleck got the role, and a lot of it had to do with the dumb shit he said on Bill Maher's show, where he was like, "That's gross, that's racist."
He said that?
Yeah.
Damn it.
He was talking to oh god, who was it? What's his name? The scientist.
Bill Nye?
No. Don't just start throwing scientist names at me.
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
No.
I'm running out of scientists.
Sam Harris. There we go.
Harris. All right.
I hate it like when I can't remember something and people like just start throwing like possibilities at me.
Yeah, because
it doesn't help your mind work, because then you go to that and you're like, no, that's not it.
I probably would let you think if there wasn't the whole dead air issue.
Dead air?
Dead air? Dead air? Ben's like, dude, just shut up while I think. And we're like, doom, doom, doom.
Yeah, why? Catch some Pokemons or something.
That's what I wanted to do, but you keep harping on me whenever I look for Snorlax. What if he's there, Ben? What if Snorlax is right there? That's why I like Brett Keane so much. I think he might be part Snorlax.
People are saying Sam Harris isn't a scientist. Okay, I didn't know. I thought he was.
Oh, see, I at least named 2 scientists. You didn't even name one.
I don't think Bill Nye is a scientist either.
He is a science guy, though.
He's a science guy. He's an engineer.
He's a science educator.
But yeah,
His timer.
They're saying that.
Did you guys?
Oh yeah.
Let's read these comments too. But yeah, go ahead, Skep.
Did you guys read the Deadline article that this was linking to?
No.
It uses language and teases a bit that the new Batman will be standalone and not part of the overall DC universe.
Start a GoFundMe to get you guys a Realdolf for third peasant.
Yes!
But no matter how attractive she is, Benjamin, don't treat her like a sex object.
Isn't that literally what she is, though?
Whoa.
They're not sentient.
Doesn't matter.
When they're sentient, I'll be like, oh shit, they have rights now. But when they're just dolls, then they are literally objects.
Wow, Ben.
And if it's an object made for people to have sex with, then by definition, they would be a sex object.
Benjamin,
right?
you can take a hammer and you can build a house with it, or you can beat a man in the head with it. Are you the type of person that will beat a man in the head with a hammer, or the type of person that will build a house? Because you can take a sex doll and yeah, you can have sex with that doll and objectify it, or you can treat it like a third peasant.
I'm not saying I'm going to do anything to it. I'm just saying by definition, it's a sex object.
Well, I'm going to treat it like a third peasant, and I'm going to fuck it.
Shit.
You know, you can
just
fuck
like
things,
you did to me.
You can exactly. You can fuck things that aren't sex objects, right? It's all about willpower.
If we add a new official peasant, Billy has to fuck them.
It's the rule.
Yeah.
How do you think I got in? I got jumped in.
Is the Batman or the Spider-Man creation myth the passion play of our era? What?
It's actually Spider-Man. And
yeah.
since they've made money for the studios in the past, Batman is Warner Brothers. Golden Goose and Spider-Man's is Sony.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, never mind. Big mistake reading the comments.
But I thought Ben Affleck was actually the most redeeming part of the DC universe.
You would.
I mean, what else was? I guess Wonder Woman. Okay.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman was.
She was
the best.
That's probably the best DC movie to come out in recent times.
And it's still, this third part of it was an atrocity. It was an embarrassment.
Have they already done a sequel to that?
They're working on the sequel. It's going to be set in the 1980s. I have high hopes for it.
And what other film was she in? She was in Justice League?
She was in Justice League, and Justice League was...
I haven't seen that.
Oh, Justice League was total shit. The bad guy was a CGI-generated mock-up of every bad guy ever that was comic book hokiness. It was almost a parody how hokey the fucking guy was. He was kind of a rip-off of the Infinity Stones because he was going around collecting these, I don't know what you call them, loot boxes? The Infinity loot boxes? It was so stupid. And the entire Justice League, who you think is like the most assembled group of heroes ever, were only there to give Superman mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. That was their entire point of being there. We can suck Superman's mouth until he comes back to life. And then boom. I was like, okay, these super friends all were there just to rub Superman's nipples until he woke up. This is effectively what they did. It was so stupid. It was so stupid.
Yeah, I can't deal with that.
And Zack Snyder started working on the thing. They pulled in Joss Whedon to save it. And somehow Joss Whedon... made it worse to the point where they couldn't get Superman to shave his mustache. So there's these scenes in the movie where you could see a CGI like Dirty Sanchez where they tried to cover up his mustache because he was contractually obligated to Mission Impossible 6 not to shave his mustache. So they fucked up on the reshoots. It was just
they should have just had Superman with a mustache.
They should have. It would have made more sense than having this awkward CGI Dirty Sanchez, like some episode of Broken Mirror where they just hack a piece of shit across your upper lip. It was so bad. And,
oh my God.
And Suicide Squad was the other one Ben Affleck was in, and that was an atrocity. It was these movies are just they have so much potential.
Check this out. Here's some more movie related news right here.
Yes, this excites me. And Suicide Squad should actually come out in summer of 2021 as well. So we should have the Batman scheduled for June 2021 and Suicide Squad scheduled for August of 2021. It says James Gunn can do a lot with this franchise.
So he's going to turn it around.
I hope so, man. I believe in James Gunn wholeheartedly, especially if they give him the fucking stick and let him run with it and they don't Warner Brothers their way through everything.
Well, they took a historically trash comic book set in Marvel and then turned it into a smash set of movies. So I think that he could do a lot with Suicide Squad.
Yeah, he could do a whole lot with Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly up his alley. Guardians of the Galaxy is basically like a ragtag ruffian band of misfits that banded together, and Suicide Squad's like that, but a little edgier, you know? As far as having like the downtrodden dickhead be humanized, James Gunn kills it with that. Every single one of the Guardians was a dickhead, basically a villain, but they had their reasons why they were good. You know, he humanized them all the way up to a Yondu, who was a real scumbag. And you're like, by the end of the second movie, you're like, fuck you, James Gunn. Fuck you. And the only better franchise I think for James Gunn to attach to would have been like a Deadpool movie. I really think he would do wonders with Deadpool, but that's not going to happen now that Disney swooped up Fox. It says the movie is not entirely unexpected as Gunn was already writing the script for the follow-up, which Warner Brothers just slotted for an August 2021 release. DC Comics anti-heroes as the leads. The move is not entirely unexpected. Fuck you, we just read that. The deal making does, however, solidify that the new Suicide Squad film will be the next directorial effort. Disney fired Gunn from his Marvel franchise in July after old tweets from 2008 and 2009 resurfaced in which he made insensitive and controversial jokes.
Whatever. God, you know what? Everyone should just go and fucking delete their Twitter history now. And then go back and just remember to like censor your own tweets going forward.
Well,
because this is what they do. This is what they do.
Except when the pendulum swings back, because the pendulum always swings, and when it swings back, those that were over here talking about, yeah, I kicked the baby in the fucking head, everybody be like, yes, thank you for free speech. We stood by you this whole time, because it always goes one way, and then it's like, oh, fuck you, you're crass, and then it goes back the other way, and it's like, oh, I love you, you're such a sweet boy, you're such an asshole, we love it.
You're such a sweet boy.
Yeah, it always goes back and forth, though, because it goes so far, and everybody on this side is all angry that it's so different that they start inching their way back. It's the same thing with how SJW culture. Everybody was harping on SJWs a couple years ago, and now the ones harping on the SJWs are the snowflakes. They're the ones crying about everything. It's great.
Bill Hicks just said, just don't use Twitter. You know, before I started doing this, I never wanted to use Twitter. I mean, honestly, now, you know, Twitter is one of the few ways I can tell people that we're streaming since YouTube doesn't do it.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the only ways to get something out if something isn't working on YouTube.
Yep. It's true. Well, I mean, YouTube doesn't work by design. like when we say, "Oh man, YouTube doesn't work right," it's designed that way.
I think the algorithm is designed to hide content that's not like fuzzy and friendly. They don't want James Gunn's content out there anymore. They're like, let's have the happy time content. The
yeah, I took this screenshot earlier. I just sent it from my phone to the computer so I could put it up here. Here it is. Shit, hold on. Take down this article. So someone asked YouTube, why does YouTube notify me a video is out like 5 hours after it's been posted? And I've normally already watched it. And then look at YouTube's response.
YouTube uses signals such as your watch history, how frequently you watch videos from the channel, how popular certain videos are, and how often you open notifications to decide when to send you a notification. Hope this clarifies. No, YouTube! It doesn't clarify anything. They already watched the damn video. They've normally already watched it, is what they're saying, and then 5 hours later they get the. I get these notifications in my email box for a channel that I never watch. I'm not subscribed to. I'm always getting these. I'm sorry if you're a fan of Mama Max, but I don't watch Mama Max. But every freaking day, I swear, Mama Max is uploaded. I'm like, why do I care? Who's he paying to get in my inbox? Why is he sliding in my DMs?
Yeah, and also, I wait forever to get videos monetized now. We did our last episode, all we did was read articles. I'm like, man, surely this one will get monetized. And I tried my best to not put, I mean, Bill Cosby was in the thumbnail. But is it really bad just to talk about Bill Cosby? I mean, like, just to talk, I mean, we're talking about how bad he is.
Okay,
and how we used to think he was cool.
I was talking to Keemstar about monetization not too long ago, and he kind of has it figured out. And just using words, like simple words, like kill, boom, demonetized. It's like, what? Mm-hmm. You can't use simple words? It's so bad. And you see like Mr. Beast, if you watch some of his videos, he'll talk about the demonetization process as well. I think everybody kind of does. Mr. Beast,
the guy that just gives tons of money to random people.
Kind of, yeah. He does challenges. He buys billboards that say subscribe to PewDiePie. He's part of the meme. He's in on the meme. He's on the meme team. Ooh, but it's frustrating because, you know, YouTube gives and then it takes away. And when it takes away, you're like, what am I doing wrong? And they're like, oh, it's just, you know, the upload algorithm and the time for which no, that's
tell me what I did wrong. Well, the worst is when everything's cool and then they retroactively change a rule. And it's like, well, we don't allow this now. Forget the fact that this video was posted 6 years ago. You know, we don't allow this now, so now you have a strike or whatever.
Oh, that's the worst.
Right. and they'll get you before you even have a chance to like respond or change anything, or like, I mean, a lot of people who have had those strikes come through would be willing to take down a 6-year-old video.
Yeah, they should send an email and say, warning, warning. You have 24 hours to remove this video as it violates our current terms of service.
Yeah, or fuck 24 hours to remove. How about they just have it automatically unlist or hide the video and say this video has been hidden because we were going to strike you for it, but we noticed you haven't uploaded anything since we changed our policy. It's now unlisted and private. If you would like to re-upload this video, don't do it here. Do it on one of our competitor sites. It's hidden. Instead of striking somebody for something that was 5-6 years ago they forgot about. Back when YouTube was the Wild West and you can get away with anything. Back when Daddy of 5 was beating their kids on TV every damn day. But yeah, back to Suicide Squad.
Yeah, sorry. Quite the tangent.
The pick of the title... The pick has the title of The Suicide Squad and is not being labeled a direct sequel, but as a relaunch.
Oh,
that's probably smart. That's probably smart. Like, who needs a sequel to that piece of shit?
Wow, that says a lot because it wasn't that long ago.
One of the things with Suicide Squad is they filmed a whole lot more between the Joker and Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
There was almost a whole another movie's worth of stuff filmed there that never got released because test audience were like, Joker he's got too much toxic masculinity against Harley Quinn. It's like the entire story.
Don't they understand how like their relationship works?
But this is the thing though. It's Jared Leto, and I just want him to be like a sex symbol. Okay, he can't play an evil human being because
check this out. Check this next story out. This is crazy.
Hey. Wait.
Whoa.
Yeah, read it out loud.
Wait a second. Chinese kindergarten principal fired after kids welcome with pole dance. See, I'm not mad at this.
You see, someone's filming it on their phone too.
Hell, it's a doobie blower because the phone's in the phone. A pole dancing display out in front of the children and parents at Chinese kindergarten in Shenzhen on Monday, September 3rd. The principal was doing that? Hey, Hot for Teacher, I hope, was playing in the background. A Chinese kindergarten principal has been fired after she welcomed students back to school at the beginning of the term with a pole dancing display. Hundreds of children and parents at the Xinshu kindergarten in Shenzhen in the southern province of Guangdong watched as
I love hearing you say these Chinese words.
Watched as a female pole dancer performed on a flagpole in a large courtyard. Videos posted by parents on Monday show the skimpily dressed dancer spinning and leaning seductively on the flagpole from which a Chinese flag was flying. This is patriotism. Like, if this happened in America, we'd be like, hell yeah.
I don't know.
Hope she queefed on a Bible afterwards.
I don't know about that.
Speaking to state
if
media.
it was in a southern school, and then it would be freedom of religion.
Yeah, goddamn right. Goddamn right. She twerked on the Bible. We love her. Goddamn right. Speaking to state media, the principal, Lai Rong, said there had been 500 children aged 3 to 6 and 100 parents in attendance. That sounds like a humble brag right there. She's like, there were 500 children and 100 parents in attendance. So this crowd, you're guaranteed at least 3 dozen people got their first boner to me dancing on the flagpole. Guaranteed. What? So before our kids got out of kindergarten for the summer, there was 10 days of military activities and displays of machine guns and mortars at the door. Now the principal has welcomed them back with a strip pole dance on the flagpole bearing the PRC flag. She's gone nuts. I think stripping, all right, with no cleave, or maybe there was cleave, but there was no like cletus. There was no nudity, right? These kids aren't seeing her beaver flapping, and that's it's dance. It is dance.
Beaver flapping.
I feel like this is more safe than all the machine gun and mortar bullshit, like the military influence. Yeah.
I don't know why it won't play.
Private dancer, dancer for money. Do what you want her to do. Honestly, I wish she was my kindergarten teacher. If I was one of the parents in there, I'd start throwing ones at her or whatever.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, this is tasteful. She's like a sky dancer with a flagpole.
These 3 to 6 year old kids do not give a fuck about this lady on the pole.
What about 6-year-old Billy?
Oh, he'd be over there popping. I'd be pussy popping on the handstand.
Really?
That's what 6-year-old Billy did back in the day. He'd do a little handstand, let his little balls pop. I was a bit of an exhibitionist at 6. Okay? I can't help it. I was budding on the world, and I enjoyed being nude. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little kid. All kids like to get naked and run around naked, right? It's a thing kids go through.
Here's the next one. Trump slams Virginia governor over abortion comments.
And President Trump criticizing Virginia's governor for defending a proposed third trimester abortion bill.
If a mother is in labor, I can tell you exactly what would happen. The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired. And then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mother.
Well, Virginia's bill, which ultimately failed, comes after New York's own late-term abortion bill became a law.
What's the discussion? The baby's born, and then like after it's born, they're choosing whether or not they should abort it. Is that the?
Yeah,
that's the question. That seems a little.
That's late term.
That's late term. That seems a little wrong. Like, okay, so the baby's out now and it's breathing, and it's under its own care. Should we kill it? And I'm pro-abortion. I am.
You're pro-abortion.
Pro-abortion. 100% pro-abortion.
You want everyone to try abortion first?
I mean, I don't want the stigma of... I don't want someone feeling guilted out of making that choice, right? That's
that
all.
Doesn't mean you're pro-abortion. You're pro-choice.
But the choice itself is like not enough, right? I don't just want the choice. I want women to be like, okay, I'm not going to second guess whether or not I should have this baby because what other people say. So I'm going a step further, saying I'm pro-abortion because I want it to be that positive when she's thinking about it, that it's a decision she makes on her own and not because other people are putting their weight on her. Would I ever get an abortion myself? I can't. I'm a boy, so it really doesn't fucking matter to me.
The doctor walks in. Congratulations, you're pregnant. Here's a pamphlet on child care activities, and here's your abortion pamphlet. You make your choices.
If I got pregnant, I would probably have the baby because how many dudes can say they had a baby, right? I'd be like, I'd have it and then I'd try and raise it as like the first baby born to a hot dad. I'm sure there's been a couple other dads that had babies, but they weren't as hot as me. That's the hot, like they have the Gerber baby. That's the hot dad baby. That baby has a hot dad. I think. But yeah.
Kid's not doing too well in kindergarten. It's time to go for the latest term abortion.
Oh, God. That's what my dad would always joke about when I was a kid.
Oh, he's going to middle school.
My dad would always be like, "You're lucky
time for the abortion.
You're lucky the abortion age isn't 46 months or something."
Did your dad ever take you to an orphanage and like try to make you believe that he was about to drop you off there?
No, but he would always have us pick up a bag of potatoes, saying that he was going to send us to the army with a bag of potatoes. He would go pick out your bag of potatoes. And of course, we just took it home.
Hilarious.
We just took it home and made French fries, but it was like he was serious. I remember we were at the grocery store one day, and me and my sister were being like kind of like chill or whatever. But there was 2 younger kids behind us, and the kids were like being all loud and obnoxious, and he was like, "Yeah, it's cute now, but wait till they're this age. Like you'll wish they raised the abortion age to 18." The guy, my dad just said some wild shit all the time to everybody. He didn't care. It's probably why I am the way I am.
Accidents happen.
So are liberal states competing to be the biggest champions of pro-choice? Here to weigh in is RNC spokeswoman Kayleigh McEnany. Kayleigh, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Blondes on Blondes, part 20.
Time, Heather.
So this is so troubling, and there was a huge outpouring, a response on social media yesterday, really across the board. What do you make of what's happening?
You know, the right has predicted this for quite some time, that the logical endpoint of the radical left was infanticide. And we heard it straight from the mouth of the so-called moderate governor from Virginia, who is in essence a radical leftist by proposing this. This is very scary, Heather. And if morality doesn't convince the left that this is wrong, that it is wrong to kill a baby outside of the womb, then perhaps public polling will. And public polling indicates that 81%, Heather, 81%, think about that. It's hard to get 50% of this country to agree on anything, but 81% think abortion in the last 3 months is wrong.
Yeah.
So they're running afoul of the American people here, no doubt.
So they're just appealing to the numbers, like, you know, this many people think this, therefore everyone else should think that.
Yeah.
Duh.
But like, it's because the last 3 months, that's where all the baby like is a baby, right? Like, have you?
It's considered a fetus at that point.
Yeah, but it's got like all the parts, right? When you go to kill that baby, you gotta rip it apart. It's a human. You gotta rip its arms and head and fucking face off and shit. That sucks, right? That's gross and it's sad,
right?
But that's just the way it is at that point. So people are going to be against abortion no matter what, to a certain percentage, and I think the scale is going to gradually go up the more that you can humanize the fetus.
Yeah.
And I think that's just a regular thought process. I think with the baby's...
It's a thought process.
Well,
I'll be right
you gotta
back.
think about it, but I think once the baby's out of the womb and can exist without the mother, that's when we have to start thinking about why we would ever have to abort this baby, you know? If it's able to exist on its own, then...
I mean, the reasonable thoughts of why it would be okay would be that, you know, neither of them are going to make it if they actually deliver, you know, type of thing.
Yeah.
It could be that, you know, you find out that the child is going to be born with mental issues that are going to make its life absolutely a miserable pain to exist type of thing. So there's a couple of reasons why. I definitely don't think last 3 month abortion because you like broke up with the boyfriend or something like that is a reasonable idea. But
I don't know if would a doctor have to do that if a person like because that'd be, as a doctor, that'd be rough. You're like, look, literally, this baby's just fine. He's actually playing patty cake with me right now in your womb. He can move around, no problem. He's giving me the thumbs up like he wants to live. I don't think we should do this. And the mom's like,
well, his dad's an asshole and didn't buy me fucking jujubes last night before he came home, so this pregnancy is over.
Like, that would, as a doctor, I'd be like, I'm actually going to abort the mom.
right. Just slowly put her down and take the baby.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Pushing her head down in the sink full of water that you drew to wash the baby off with.
Exactly.
But I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to say there's no reason ever to not have a late-term abortion, right? I don't know the science behind it, but I guarantee you I could side with many different scenarios late term. I think as far as a baby that was born out of molestation or rape, that's going to be handled probably earlier than third term, unless this girl was caught in a bunker for 7 years, locked up away, and they found her in the damn bunker being kidnapped. Then maybe we have that conversation. If the baby's healthy, like that's a rough
recent story that would,
yeah,
I feel would qualify very much so is the one with the lady who was in a coma, right? That the only reason they found out she was pregnant because she gave birth.
God.
And I mean, like, had they detected that after a little bit before, I mean, this probably would have been a case.
Yeah. And it's rough for me because, like, my whole defense on abortion is, if the baby can't survive outside of the mother, then it's not, or the fetus can't survive outside of the mother, then it's not up to like anybody but the mother, right? Like if the life is inside her, that's her choice, and it should always be her choice, in my opinion. But when the baby can survive outside, even if it's like looking like what Aliens, when the little creature jumped out of the guy's stomach. Even if it looks like that, it's like, hold up. If he can dance around on the desk, he should have a say in this. But
but Billy, God and stuff.
Well, yeah, the cool thing about God is, like, you know, we can all have imaginary friends, but if God exists and God controls everything, then put it in God's hands. Let God deal with the sinners. Don't impose your fucking will on these other people. And that's not how religion works, because you're supposed to guilt people into joining the religion. But if God was that powerful, you know, he could just do another one of them tricks they talked about in the Bible back when they were turning water into wine all the fucking time. Why are we not special anymore? Why can't we get some of that miracle shit?
He could literally stay hands. He could make the baby like Superman, where he's immune to like knives and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Think of how stupid we were 2,000 years ago, or 1,500 years ago when the Bible was written. Think how stupid we were then, and we're just supposed to believe all the stupid shit that was
Why
put
are
in
people
there?
talking about Onision in the chat? Did you say something about him?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Did I?
I don't know. I wasn't here.
Maybe I was talking about babies. Maybe they're just mad because Onision wasn't aborted, and that's kind of fucked up.
Man, that one episode where you defend Onision so much, there's every fucking day there's new comments. Oh my god, this is so bad.
Good.
Oh man.
Here's the thing, right?
No.
Here's the thing, right?
No, I don't want to
Here's
hear
the
it.
thing.
No,
Here's the
there's no thing. Well, there's no thing.
There's
no thing. I don't even want to talk about Onision because it makes everyone else's skin crawl.
I wasn't talking about him. You brought him up.
No, the chat was talking about it.
Oh, so you just the chat. You guys run the show now. We're gonna talk about abort Billy. All right, okay. We're gonna do if we reach the goal tonight, we will abort me at $800.
Does that mean you get double zapped again?
No, that means you're literally gonna. Like,
I'm gonna kill you.
I mean, you can try whatever they use.
But I don't want to go to prison. No, we can't do it.
Okay, whatever they use to abort a baby, I assume wouldn't abort a full adult. So we'll just use the tools on me. If that means boring a hole in my stomach or something, I won't die, right? Because I'm not a fragile little baby.
No.
You don't think that's how it works?
Nope.
Okay, never mind, guys. Yeah.
We're not gonna abort you. Abort me. Oh my god, why? Why did this get so dark? I can't. I don't like that.
Look, women love Onision. I love women. It's easy for me to love Onision.
Oh, and by the way, guys, tonight we're doing a panel for patrons that qualify of a certain amount.
Yeah.
Yeah. Patrons and subscribe star people. Either one.
But should we finish watching this crazy news story about dancing aborted babies?
No.
Okay.
This guy just want to stop the alien threat.
Yeah. Former Starbucks CEO fuels 2020 run with anti-Trump video.
Howard Schultz.
So he's running for, he's thinking about running for president?
As independent.
Oh, well.
Howard Schultz as independent, and like all of his running points seem to be Republican as hell. He doesn't.
Oh, well, then he could cause Trump to lose.
Well, we'll see.
If he steals voters from Trump.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Former Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz fueling more rumors of a 2020 White House run after posting this video slamming the president.
What we need right now in America is for the country to come together to finally realize that the American people deserve much more than political slogans and tweets.
Carly Shimkus with Fox News Headlines 24/7 Sirius XM 115 is here. What people?
So is he saying Trump isn't professional enough? Is that what he's saying right there?
I think he's saying, if this jackass can get away with it, I want my fucking turn at the top. He's like, look,
Animancer, I see you in the chat. Tell me which Patreon level is it that people can come on? Because if so, I want them to come in, and I think we'll bring on people like one at a time through Discord to have them talk about a segment with us. And Teddy can come in too. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it'll work better for Teddy through Discord, because when we get him in through Skype and there's all this video involved, he goes like pixelated and shit.
They're saying online. Hey, Carly. Hey, good morning, guys. It has been a busy few days for Howard Schultz. Earlier this week, President Trump and Elizabeth Warren both criticized him after he announced his potential presidential run. And now he is responding in that Twitter video where he's calling for unity among both Democrats and Republicans. But
Fuck
some
this
people
guy for selling the
are still
Supersonics
gun-shy
to Oklahoma.
about having a third-party candidate.
Is that what he did? He's the
a
one.
fucking asshole.
He owned it.
He got rid of the fucking Supersonics.
Damn.
Fucking prick.
Tom tweeting,
Do you
nobody is
think that the screen actually reacts to touch, or are they choreographing
I don't
the
know.
movements before?
It could be like, because Vanna White does that now. She is totally unnecessary for Wheel of Fortune. Back in the day, they needed someone to actually flip the things over in the wall, so they got a model to do it. And now, like, since she's still involved in it, they still have her go up and touch the fucking thing, but it doesn't do shit. It turns on automatically. It's like a touch, or it's not a touch screen, but it's like an LCD screen.
Vanna White might be up there with Dolly Parton for like the hottest old lady.
Vanna White is way more attractive than Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton looks like a fucking like spitting image version of herself. have you ever seen that spitting image?
I love
The
it.
puppets
I
from the
love it.
80s?
Yeah.
She looks more like one of those puppet versions of herself than she looks like herself.
saying he can't run for president.
Here's
They're
another
saying he
Fox News
shouldn't,
blonde.
and they don't
Fresh out the machine.
want him to. It's crazy. That needs to be said.
They pumped her
Emily on
out
Twitter also chiming in with a tweet directed at Howard Schultz
20
saying,
minutes
what
ago.
makes you think that you becoming president would suddenly make partisan politics dissolve? But Joe on Twitter wants as many candidates as possible. He says we need more choices, not fewer. Imagine being outraged because voters might have another choice on the ballot. So interesting point from Joe. And
Thank
if
you,
missed
Joe. Who the fuck is it? Joe Palmetto? Who is that?
I don't know.
Thank you, Joe.
Howard Schultz was on Dana Perina's show yesterday. He says despite the media focusing on all the backlash, he's actually seen a flood of support from people who say they already have his vote.
You know what would have been hilarious? Trump used to own the Miss Universe pageant. He should have just like filled his cabinet up full of the Miss Universe contestants.
I mean, there probably were a couple contestants that would be able to do better than the people he put in.
That's what I'm saying. It's been such a fucking joke, and so many people have been in and out, and so many people that didn't even like really fit the job that they were given.
Well, there's a lot of people-
they should have just given it to Miss Venezuela or whatever.
He did give Omarosa a job. Like that was his Apprentice co-star. Or star of the Apprentice. That's similar to giving Miss Universe a job.
Really strange bedfellows here. You know, the Trump, President Trump attacking Schultz and then like wanting him to be in the race. It's just
Yeah, it is a little strange. We'll see how this one plays out. So, a 4-year-old who knows a thing or two, right? That's right. So, some people
What
are
the
calling
fuck
this
is
video
this?
hilarious, others horrifying.
Oh, this is something
Footage
else.
that shows a 4-year-old operating a bolt-action rifle has divided social media. Watch this.
I mean, I would rather the 4-year-old know how to use it, because if he knows how to use this gun, he knows how not to use it too. There's no way they just teach him to be a killing machine. They teach him how to respect the gun. I forgot, man. He got a sweet barbecue order. I just ate this damn jerky. I really fucked up. I really fucked up. Damn it. So, Skep, what do you think about kids with guns?
I mean, I was taught at a very young age firearm safety.
Yeah.
My father was chairman of the local chapter of the NRA. I don't hold any political views along that lines, but I mean, it's better than just having them absolutely terrified of guns.
Yeah. You know, if you have a gun in the house, your kid should be able to respect it. Maybe not take it apart and clean it, but at least respect it. And if this kid is over here jamming the little fucking magazine in, and
it looks like he's in a store. Like, obviously, that thing's not loaded. There's no ammo in that.
Even if it was
unless
loaded,
this is
right?
a
Like,
real weird place.
even if it was loaded, I think the kid would know whether or not to pull the fucking trigger at this age, you know? If he's old enough to get this close to a gun with a camera on him. This isn't the kid walking into his parents' bedroom, finding the gun in a shoebox next to the weed pipe and the dildos, and pulling it out and fucking playing Russian roulette or anything, which happens way too often because kids don't know how to respect guns.
Right. Or, I mean, in the worst situation, going out and finding a gun in the wild, which, I mean, and then not knowing anything at all about, you know, the fact that it is a dangerous thing that you found and not just a toy.
I remember, like, I'd go to parties and there'd always be, like, young kids with guns floating around. And it was like they all thought they were cool as shit. And I'm like, this kid's probably going to shoot his face off. One kid pistol whipped a friend of ours or someone we knew, not a friend. He pistol whipped somebody and the gun went off as he pistol whipped them and it shot the person in the mouth. And it's like, that's not good etiquette. That's poor etiquette. It's poor gun etiquette.
I've been at a party where everything went real south and there was a, you know, gun pointed in people's face and all sorts of, you know, watching myself, I'm noticing their finger is on the trigger, so I'm absolutely freaking out. Like that's how it works. You like if you're doing that, that's how you make people die.
Yeah. If someone pulls a gun on you, whether their finger's on the trigger or not, if they haven't shot, they're probably not going to shoot you, right? Like if you pull a gun and you don't use it immediately, you're probably not going to use it. So if I see someone with a gun in their hand, you know, I'm obviously going to be a little more careful, but I'm not going to think that they're going to shoot me with it. I'm going to be like, look, dude, put that fucking gun down before I grab it out of your hand and slap you in the face with it. They usually put it down. You just got to call their bluff.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if you're a 4-year-old kid, don't do that. Because they're not going to believe a 4-year-old kid's going to take a gun and beat them with it. But if you're a 500-pound guy, 6'3", 500-pound guy, you can fucking say that, and they'll probably second guess themselves. They're like, "Am I quick enough to shoot this guy in the face and deal with the rest of my life having to have shot somebody, or was I just flexing, trying to be a boss with a gun?" Because a lot of people think a gun makes them a bigger fucking person.
How old are you, Maverick?
That's not true.
Well, show me what you do with your gun. Do it again. Take the magazine out. Oh, can you put it back in?
All right, so a Twitter user who identified himself as a progressive environmentalist posted this footage on his Twitter account.
What?
I bet they dug through some old tweets for that. I don't think that the guy came out going, "I'm a progressive environmentalist, and I think that this kid's video is abhorrent."
That is so unrelated to anything. That's so retarded.
He identifies himself as a progressive environmentalist, so we know he's a pussy, and this little kid could fucking take him in a fight, right? Right?
But then, if the guy did come straight forward and say, "As a progressive environmentalist, fuck that guy,"
I'd be like, "Oh, he's just hating because the kid knows his way around a gun better than he does."
And said this 4-year-old knows how to fully operate an assault rifle, and the female adult thinks he's, quote, adorable. But some other social media users are now coming to the little boy's defense.
What if he is adorable? Who cares?
I'm not sure if he's adorable, but I do think it can be considered admirable that this child is able to handle something of that level of with respect and precision. Like just because it's a gun doesn't make it bad, and the fact that a kid is going to be near one means that it needs to be respected and handled like a fucking tool. And he's cleaning it like he cleans his damn room, picks up his toys. That's admirable.
Boys love guns. They will make anything they find into a gun better to teach them gun safety. Jordan also chiming in with a tweet saying, "First off, it's not an assault rifle. Secondly, I'd be proud if that was my kid also." So
yeah, tell him, Jordan. Tell him. Should you go out and buy guns to like teach your kids how to use guns? Maybe. I don't know. You probably shouldn't have a gun in the house.
To some people, guns are like a religion to some people.
I know. It's gross. Like
there are people that are obsessed with it.
I know. There's like more guns in America than there are people, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because everybody who is a gun owner owns like 15 fucking guns. They have like, this is my gun room. And it's like, have you ever used those things? Well, yeah, I shoot pop cans. And it's like,
right.
All I think of when I see somebody with so many guns is like, you're gonna get robbed.
Why would one person need enough guns to like arm like a battalion?
It's the same thing with tattoos, right? You buy one and you're addicted. You got to get
That's
more.
That's not the same.
Same thing, man. It's a vanity issue.
No, that'd be like that'd be like me wanting like getting tattoos all over my body and then like wanting to get them like you have to get tattoos now for me. You know,
I have to get tattoos.
I mean, like getting tattoos on yourself. I mean, like whatever. That's not the same as owning like a whole room full of guns.
Pretty much they have about the same effectiveness.
How can you
show off your tattoos at a party? You show off your guns at a party.
Well, hold on. Tattoos. You can get however much tattoo you can get on your entire body, right?
Yeah.
But you can't fire more than just a few guns at once, right?
Yeah, but
why would you need a whole room full of?
Because what if you need a different tool for a different time? You might need the fucking street sweeper for one thing, and a rifle for another.
Every time I get into this argument with whoever, eventually it always boils down to the final line of what if we need to overthrow a tyrannical government?
It's so stupid.
And it's retarded.
Yeah.
Because the Second Amendment does not give us rights to predator drones and nuclear missiles.
Exactly.
Therefore, it does nothing.
Yeah. It's like, I got to have a well-formed militia. And it's like, okay, that's not going to stand up to anything they actually use. Like,
right.
If you
just look, go watch a drone video that's out there of us fucking, a well-armed militia in the Middle East and how we can take out one of their camps.
If you
just
really
by
wanna,
flying a drone over them.
If you really want to overthrow a government, see where Russia spent its money on Facebook ads to sway the election and shit. Because that's where the best chance you have as a person that's not in control of explosive nuclear missiles is to sway the public with social media and do a psyop operation. It's the closest thing you little fuckers can do. And you won't do that because you're all stupid thinking your crate full of guns is going to stop Barack Obama from taking them from you. Barack Obama would walk in your house by himself and be like, all right,
give me your gun. Oh, nope. Can't let you have it.
What are you going to do? You're going to shoot somebody if they come to take your guns? You say that, right? But most people don't. Most people don't have the nuts to actually do it. They think they do because they have the guns, but when it comes down to that moment, most people aren't built like that. And even if they could, they can't take out an entire fucking American military. It's impossible. Or the CIA or the FBI, one division. You couldn't take out the NSA. You couldn't take out the TSA.
The TSA.
Fucking Manny would get you, dude.
I don't think they're armed.
Manny would still get them. I know Manny. He would find a way.
That's craziness. Okay, so the polar vortex is back again. I never thought I'd see it again. You know, we're supposed to get snow even here.
Oh man, I'm not a big fan of driving in the snow. I'll see what happens.
I mean, yeah, we'll see how bad it is.
If it's really bad,
I don't think we're doing a show that day.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I'm scared.
By the way, guys, like the stream. Please share the stream. Let everyone know that we're streaming live. YouTube doesn't do that, or they do it hours later.
Yeah.
And what's unfortunate is with the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
What's unfortunate is with the polar storms on their way down here. Where I'm at, instead of snow, we'll get 6 weeks of fucking sheet ice. Like everything will just be like an inch and a half of fucking ice. It destroys all the trees everywhere. It's absolutely garbage.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that in Ohio before. We'll get like an ice storm, and it covers all the trees and all the roads. Everything turns into a skating ring.
I have a friend in Columbus, and she messaged me last night. She was like,
Billy, my doggy can't afford snowshoes. Can you send me some money for snowshoes?
And I cucked out, and I sent her some money for snowshoes so that the doggy could have snowshoes. It was like $15. I'm like, go buy your dog some snowshoes.
Listen to what a good guy I am.
But you hit me with that on the storm about a doggy, and I'm gonna cuck out, and I'm gonna buy you some snowshoes, man. I can't help it. That was my contribution. As a doggy got to walk outside and take a piss in the snow because of young Bill Fridge and his humble heart. They got me. They got me, damn it.
You know, it was supposed to be about 20 degrees warmer today, but it's not, and it definitely doesn't feel any warmer, that's for sure. We're at the Minneapolis airport this...
Minneapolis, negative 24 degrees. Let's see what the temperature is where I grew up.
This guy's really dressed like Kenny from South Park.
It's -9 right now.
Neighbor News 9?
Where I'm from, it's -9 degrees right now.
This morning, where they've been lucky enough to have relatively few cancellations and delays, but around the Midwest that has not been the case. Travelers have experienced thousands of cancellations and delays. According to FlightAware, the worst of those are at Chicago's Midway and O'Hare airports. Now here's a funny picture for you of frozen pants standing up here in Minnesota. But yesterday there was actually a very serious situation when Xcel Energy put...
Okay, now they show the frozen pants. I'm over there looking at the guy in the damn the crane blowing shit. I'm like, what, those are pants? What's going on?
Yeah.
Now they're here. Like, what did the person do here? Did they wear the pants and then take them off?
I don't know how they do it. That's crazy. Do they get them wet?
Probably.
Do you need like a stepladder to climb out of them? What the fuck?
This is so confusing. Do you think the person got shrunk and they're inside the pant legs now?
Help me! Help me!
Marvel's Ant-Man 3.
Yeah.
Out an urgent request to customers in some areas, asking them to turn their thermostats to 60 degrees or lower and not use any other gas-powered appliances in an attempt to try to avert a gas shortage. The residents here in the Midwest have really been feeling the pain.
Hard to take a breath in. It's affecting my lungs a little bit.
Yeah, that shit's terrible.
It's the coldest I've ever been. Now, yesterday, the thermometer at the National Weather Service here in Minneapolis had a reading of -30 degrees. On Sunday, it could be 75 degrees warmer. There's going to be a very big swing over the next couple of days. Back to you.
75 degrees warmer than -30 is still, what, 45 degrees?
Yeah.
That's
I
not too
mean,
bad.
that's great compared to what they have now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chicago is literally colder than the Himalayas, says festive ass hat.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. That's one of the worst parts about living out there, man. Living out there especially in the Great Lakes region. All these places that they're talking about here where it's crazy fucking cold are on one of the Great Lakes somewhere.
I like how Trump's tweeting about this all the time too, like, wish we could have some of that global warming everybody's always talking about. And you're like, are you trolling? Or are you serious, Trump?
It's because of retards like that they now try to call it climate change instead.
Right. I feel that all started with that one asshat senator who had the snowball. He brought it in and he was just all like, if global warming's real, explain this.
Yeah. I used to hear Rush Limbaugh all the time say, it's actually cooling. You see how much colder it is now. The Earth's actually getting colder, not warmer. So we have nothing to worry about. It's like, we kind of hang in the balance, It can't get too cold either. Can't get too warm or too cold or we're fucking dead.
I love the pictures that you shared on Facebook of like polar bears.
Could you imagine what would happen if like some segment of the Earth that's like totally habitable now is totally inhabitable anymore because of this shit? Then what would they say? Like,
well, the only problem is it's going to be the northern area where most people accept climate change, things like that. It's going to
that does suck.
That's the place that's going to be completely uninhabitable during the cold seasons, and it's going to dry out and have terrible droughts during the warm seasons. And
then they're going to say God did it to punish us because we're liberal. Fuck.
Yep.
Maybe they're right.
Shut up. You ass wipe. Fuck.
And people are waiting for it. All right, Ray, thank you very much for the live report.
Oh, there's another one. Man, we've seen so many Fox Blondes today.
All the Fox Blondes. That brisket, very good. Ben ate all of the sausage by himself, though. So thank you, Manny, for the food. Ben enjoyed it a lot. Ben ate all the sausage, Ben.
It was here. You could have got it at any point.
I went to go get some, and it was already gone. Damn it, Ben.
No, it wasn't already gone when you went
There
to
was
get
like
some.
one piece where I went to get some, and I was like, I can't just eat one piece. Might as well let Ben
I was
eat
like,
it.
oh man, he just doesn't like the sausage. Sausage is really good in the barbecue sauce.
Ben's like, I'm gonna get all this delicious sesame chicken every time Billy can't eat it, and now Billy gets something to eat. I'm gonna eat it all.
Yep.
You're a pig, Ben.
Yep.
You're a fucking pig. You're a fucking pig. At least I got my iced tea.
So the president had a chance actually to speak with it and President Guaido today. The quest for freedom is on. The Venezuelan people have made very, very clear that their constitution demands that Maduro not be the president of the United States, and the United States is prepared to support the Venezuelan people to achieve the freedom, democracy.
Did he say the... Hold on. What did he just say? I want to hear that again.
Speak with it and President Guaido today. The quest for freedom is on. The Venezuelan people have made very, very clear that their constitution demands that Maduro not be the president of the United States.
What? Did he say the United States when he went to say Venezuela?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would hope that their constitution was clear.
The Venezuelan constitution is clear. What? I was like, did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Wow. You know, and this is professional shit on cable news.
Well,
so now I have the right to never feel bad about any of the dumb shit I've like flubbed and said ever.
If
they've got this super epic camera angle for it too.
If Howard Schultz can announce his run, then why can't Maduro announce his run?
For president of the United States.
Most of our Starbucks beans come from Venezuela.
And the United States is prepared
It should be his running
to
mate.
support the Venezuelan people to achieve the freedom, democracy.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, they're on the way forward in Venezuela. We're all trying to figure this out. Opposition leader says he met with the country's military to win support for the ousting of disputed President Nicolas Maduro. We're joined now by the Democratic Florida Congressman Darren Soto, co-sponsoring a bill to grant temporary protected status to Venezuelans who come here to the U.S. Sir, good morning to you. We'll talk about your bill in a moment. What do you think the reality is on the ground there in Venezuela and Caracas today?
Well, certainly everything's in flux. You have protests going strong. You have a serious concern.
I don't know what all I can say about this because I don't fully understand completely what's going on in Venezuela. Like, I know there's some unrest going on with who the leader should be. It's kind of been that way ever since Hugo Chavez was gone. It just has gotten worse. Like, it wasn't that good with him to begin with, but now it's just gotten worse.
Well, it's like a little battlefield down there, right? Like, people are revolting, and I think we're sending people there to fight as well.
I just think South America's fucked. I just have no desire to ever go there.
Well, I think
it's pretty fucked down there.
I think it's fucked for a reason.
Even in the cool
right?
places, like Brazil, in many ways sounds like a cool country, but it's fucked there too. There's fucked shit there too.
We've been meddling in a lot of these countries' affairs for.
I mean,
for a
we're not
while.
meddling in Brazil's affairs.
Yeah, well, Brazil's not as bad as these other places.
Economically, we are economically.
I mean, yeah, actually, Brazil does owe like I think there's like a debt that Brazil owes to the U.S. or something. At least at one point
Which is
there was.
Part of the reason that they cut down the rainforest so much is to create timber profits in order to pay us back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But
let's
by the
see.
way, we'll read all your Streamlabs and all that stuff at the end of the segment.
Consideration by the Venezuelan people to make sure that Guaido potentially could become the interim president. and the illegitimate President Maduro is feeling the most pressure he has in years by both at home and in the international community.
Why do you feel the reach out is necessary to those in Venezuela now to welcome them here? What is your sense of that demand from those people?
Well, first, there is murder going on in Venezuela. The economy is trashed, even though they have some of the best natural resources in the world. There's no freedom of press, and there's been over 3 million people who've left that country, including over 233,000 here in Florida and over 1 million throughout the United States.
Well,
so
you're exactly
this is right on our doorstep.
You're exactly right about it. He has destroyed the wealth in that country also. Did you see the piece in the New York Times from yesterday, Strength is in Unity? Guaido wrote it, and the end line is here. I would like to be clear about the situation in Venezuela. Mr. Maduro's re-election, May 20, 2018, was illegitimate, as has since been acknowledged by a large part of the international community. His original 6-year term was set to end on January 10. By continuing to stay in office, Nicolas Maduro is usurping the presidency. I know you agree with that, and I know a lot of our European allies they've got our back on this.
And he tongue punches them into his mom's cunt in an effort to make siblings because Joe has no friends. He's an abhorrent, awful cunt. Love Billy.
I think I'm Baton has a little crush on Joe.
Thank you, I'm Baton.
It's always so sexual with that Joseph commentary. But yeah.
Maybe we should get Joe on here so you can tell him how you feel about him.
I went and had lunch with Joe today, and he actually admitted to all that stuff I'm Baton just said. So it's
oh,
true.
shit.
Some
Definitely
of the
true.
Same familiar players around the other side.
Oh, hold on. This next story is Trump claiming that Nancy Pelosi will be begging for a wall.
Grossy Pelosi's going to want a wall.
That there is not going to be a wall in this deal, but she did say she'd be open to other kinds of physical barriers. Would you accept that?
No, because if there's no wall, it doesn't work. She's just playing games. So if there's no wall, it doesn't work. And we're building the wall right now. I mean, a lot of people don't know that, but we have a lot of wall under construction. We've given out a lot of contracts over the last 3-4 weeks, good contracts. A lot of wall is soon going to be under construction. We're finishing up design on certain areas, the most important areas, the Rio Grande area and others.
Oh, you mean the place where there's already a huge river?
We're going to put a wall. Right. It's actually, you know, a lot of people say that we're not
we
building
need a
wall,
river wall.
But we did get a lot of money applied for guardrails over the river so that people won't fall into the river. I'm considering that a win. That's the wall. Guardrails, fences, walls. It's semantics.
We are building a lot of wall. You know, I'm not waiting for this committee. And I've told a lot of people, I don't expect much coming out of the committee because I keep hearing the words that we'll give you what you want, but we're not going to give you a wall. And the problem is, if they don't give us a wall, it doesn't work. Without a wall, it doesn't work. We have caravans right now coming up from Honduras.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
We have caravans coming up from Honduras. And if they don't come here and see a wall, they're gonna be very angry. They've came prepared to jump over a wall. So we have
give
to
a lot of money
friends.
to, which is stopping, by the way. But we pay hundreds of millions of dollars to Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. And then they have caravans leaving their country coming up here. And by the way, if you go to Tijuana and you take down that wall, you will have so many people coming into our country that Nancy Pelosi will be begging for.
I mean, there's a reason why there's a wall. Like, it's not a wall, by the way, it's a fence. But there's a reason why it's near Tijuana, because that's like a border town, and San Diego's right there. Right. So it makes more sense to have something like that there.
There was a story that passed by the other day, 246 or something like that. People got through a walled area in Arizona, but through a tunnel that had been there forever.
Yep.
Wall. She'll be begging for a wall. She will say, Mr. President, please give us a wall. It'd be very interesting.
please give us a wall.
Please, Mr. President.
Some people have suggested, let me take the wall along California. Let's move it to Arizona. Let's move it to Texas. And, you know, it'll be a very interesting statement. about Nancy. So in California, they wanted the wall built in San Diego so badly, and we built it. And probably I should have waited, because as soon as it was finished, they started screaming, "We don't want a wall, we don't want a wall." But they wanted the wall so badly. And by the way, it worked. Nobody's getting through.
Oh, that's not true.
Nobody's getting through.
People are getting through. Come on.
Well, I mean, there's probably a lot more security there in the San Diego, California border as
Sure.
well.
Just like El Paso. They have, tall fences.
Oh, yeah. El Paso's crazy secure. I've got caught at the El Paso. I wasn't even going through the border. I was driving through El Paso and I got checked. And that's because it's a high contingency area. But also, you look at California's border compared to Arizona or Texas, and it's a lot less space, so they can afford to be a little more observant in that area. It's just not as much landmass to cover.
The minute it was built, they started saying, "We don't want a wall." Without a wall, it doesn't work. It's very simple. I mean, I'm not saying this as a Republican. I'm not saying it as anything other than a fact stater. Without
a fact stater?
My man, the fact stater.
I thought he was going to say as the president or whatever.
Yeah.
But he
President of Venezuela.
A fact stater.
I'm a fact stater.
Mr. President, after listening to the hardship from many federal government workers, as well as those who were contractors and who relied on the federal government employees' finances to fund their businesses, are you willing to jeopardize the economy again and also your presidency with people who are fearful of another government shutdown over this law? And also I want to ask you about Jesse Smollett. Have you heard about that story? The Chicago situation, the actor from Empire who was allegedly attacked with racist and homophobic.
That I can tell you is horrible. I've seen it last night. I think that's horrible.
Look at that sweet boy.
Of course he's going to say that.
But now there's people saying it might be a hoax. Damn it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Now.
Because they got footage from like every angle, and there's hundreds of cameras, and they can't find any of it to corroborate the thing happening. So it could be just to stir up fucking drama and trouble. And now the president's already like, that's horrible. And it's like, well, he'd turn it around when he realizes it was designed to piss off his base or work up against his base. We don't know. And we can't be letting shit like this slide as a fucking liberal, as a left SJW cuckboy that I am. You can't let people lie about it. Like I was on the last episode, like, look, this is what happened. It's fucking terrible. This is what the guy's alleging. It's terrible. And it is terrible. Trump's right here saying that's terrible. He's right saying
that's terrible.
It is. It is terrible what was alleged. But if it was completely fabricated, then we have to ask ourselves why people are continuing to do this and try to pull at the strings of a caring nation. And that's fucked.
Remember the woman that said a white guy shot her kid?
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a black guy?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And you remember the drumming native man that said these white kids were attacking these black men a week ago. And we're like, well, wait, we jumped to conclusions. They were actually just waiting for a bus being smug little bastard kids, which they were. But it's like they weren't doing what was said they were done to them. And we got Kathy Griffin calling for these kids to be doxed and outed publicly. And it's like they're little fucking smarmy ass kids from a Catholic school.
Oh, yeah.
Of course they're going to
I know
act
all
this
about
way.
that.
Like you could be mad at the privilege if you want, because they're definitely privileged little fucking twerps. You can be mad at that. But don't be making shit up. Don't be making shit up. You can hate anybody you want to hate for any fucking reason, but when you try to get other people to hate them too and you make shit up, you're a scumbag. You're a piece of shit.
We should institute a national 24-hour outrage law where you get pulled into the street and whipped if you get outraged over anything and 24 hours hasn't passed.
Trump is giving Walls work.
Wallace work.
Wallace.
We're gonna send. Sorry, Wallace. It's been good having you host the show with us, but as you can tell, you're not on the fourth camera for a reason, buddy. We're sending you down to Mexico. You're gonna do your job. You're gonna do your job down in Mexicali, because for some reason, a wall's good enough for the blue state California. they can have a fucking wall built. But the second Texas or Arizona wants a fucking wall, we're like, nope. No wall for Arizona, but California can get a fucking wall. If I was a Republican, I'd be like, why the fuck does California get a wall?
Texas has a wall in El Paso. There's a wall.
in
there.
El Paso.
I mean, it's not really a wall, though, right?
Yeah, but it's like,
Would you call it a wall or a fence?
honestly, I don't call it anything. I call it border security, and not
Border security.
not all security even works. A lot of it's frivolous spending. The wall could be frivolous. It could be whatever. We don't know. We can only assume. Like, I'm not Wallace. I don't know how reliable his foundation is against insurgents. I have no idea.
Doesn't get worse, as far as I'm concerned. As far as the people are concerned, many of those people wanted me to stay out, but I didn't want to do it because people were getting hurt. What I think is the worst sin of all is the fact that we're allowing people to come into this country and sell drugs and human traffic and do all of these
human traffic
horrible things. That if we had the simplicity of a well-constructed, beautiful barrier or wall, they wouldn't be able to come into our country. That, to me, is the great sin. And
I like how he always calls it beautiful.
Beautiful wall.
Or barrier.
If the wall really does stop people from coming in the way he says it does, then I'd believe too, like I was Trump. I'd be like, hell yeah. I just don't believe that wall is the magic cure-all. I believe we're going to get human trafficking and drugs in some other way, because that's usually how they come in now. What we get right now through the wall is people who have been like kicked out of the country and can't come back in. They do walk back in over that fucking wall. But we should maybe focus more on these individual people that have been kicked out and come back in to try and continue doing their brand of crime, because those are criminals. They were kicked out for a reason. Right. It's a revolving door process. Once they get sent away, they can come.
I'm pretty
back
sure
in.
the worst drugs are like the opioids, right? And those
they come in through our pharma, big pharma.
Right.
You look at the family right now behind Oxycontin.
Those are made locally. Those are not smuggled over the border.
And they're prescribed by doctors at a huge rate because the doctors get their kickbacks. We need to take a look at all the drugs and not build a fucking wall. We need to build a rehab center.
And I was looking
rehab
into it. There are
wall.
people who have like medical insurance that covers a lot of stuff, who just want to make a kickback on the side and will go and fake an injury or fake a condition in order to get prescribed so that they can sell their bottle of pills for $300.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know a lot of people who did that. Yep. You guys don't realize this, but I grew up with some very nefarious characters.
Oh, I realize that.
And we had Pill Johnson. Pill Johnson would always go.
Pill Johnson?
It's about dominance. Like in prison. I can teach you as well, if you'd like.
Wow.
Gross.
He's going to dominate you and butt bang you.
Icky, I'm baiting. Icky. I'm not submissive at all, so good luck. You're not going to have a good time.
He's coming for the Billy Willy.
You're not going to have a good time. But I'd like to see you try.
Sarah Sanders. Here's Sarah Sanders saying God wanted Trump to be president.
New tonight. It was God. God wanted Donald Trump to be president. This is according to the White House press secretary, Sarah Sanders, who says this in a new interview with the Christian Broadcasting Network. Here she is.
I think God calls all of us to fill different roles at different times, and I think that he wanted Donald Trump to become president, and that's why he's there. And I think he has done a tremendous job in supporting a lot of the things that people of faith really care about.
So, Colonel Sanders, why would God suggest Donald Trump, being that he's committed so many actual sins against the Bible? He's on his third wife. He has extramarital affairs, pays good money with greed to keep people out of their homes, and pays off the women he had sex with to keep their mouths shut. Why would God choose such a sinner? Well, God works in mysterious ways. Well, thank you, Colonel Sanders.
It's not about what you'll like. It's about what you'll get.
Oh God! Wow. He's baiting your ass.
Is he baiting me into an argument, or is he masturbating to the thought of me being submissive?
Both. He's a genius.
I disagree. I wholeheartedly disagree. Moving on.
Now, Scott Jennings, former advisor to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and Democratic strategist Maria Cardona. Maria, do you think she's right? God, this is what God wanted?
Well, if he did, it's because he wanted to punish us for taking our democracy for granted and for not ensuring that every person went out there to vote. And this is what we got. Look, I listened to...
This is what we got. Motherfucker, God had nothing to do with Donald Trump winning. Hillary completely was a fucking horrible bitch, and the Democratic Party were a horrible fucking group of asshats that threw away the election for what should have been a third team.
They still are.
I mean, they haven't gotten any better, but it's all on them. It's all on the Democrats for Donald Trump being in right now. The deck was stacked against Trump, and he fucked his way into the thing.
No one took his ass seriously at first.
No. And they shouldn't have. I don't think Trump took himself seriously. I think he knew that this was great press. He's like, I'm going to run. And then afterwards, season 7 of The Apprentice.
But he got fired from The Apprentice while running for president.
Did he get fired? I thought
yes.
I thought he left because he couldn't run and do The Apprentice.
No, he said the Mexicans are rapists shit, and that they got rid of him. They got rid of the show after that.
And they got Schwarzenegger to do it, right?
Yes. Who doesn't like Trump, by the way?
Yeah. Schwarzenegger's a great Republican.
He's married to a Kennedy.
Yeah, that's how you know he's a good Republican.
Or he was. They might be divorced.
I think they broke up once it turned out that he had a kid with the maid.
Yeah, his kid, he's got like a Hispanic kid.
Yeah.
But then like his son's like an actor too. I didn't even know that until recently.
Does the son take the Shriver name or the Schwarzenegger name?
Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
lovely day.
The whole excerpt of the interview in terms of what's available. And one huge word jumped out at me, Aaron, hypocrisy. There was so much hypocrisy in what Sarah Sanders talked about. And the bottom line is that I can't imagine that God would put or would...
I've never seen Trump act religious until after he after he started becoming like a serious contender for the presidency.
I mean, he doesn't really act religious after that either, though.
Yes, he does. He goes to church and shit now.
He plays the part.
Well, I'm saying he did none of that. He didn't even do that before.
Yeah.
Like most politicians do that their entire fucking lives. You know?
The most religious I've seen him act is when he went overseas and put his hands on the light ball and stuff.
That was hilarious. Where was that? Was that in the Middle East somewhere?
Yeah,
was it Saudi Arabia?
But I don't.
Oh, yeah, it might have been, or was it? Was it Palestine? It was some Middle Eastern place.
Yeah, I don't quite remember.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders says.
Sarah Huckabee sandwich.
I detest Sanders. I just can't. If you're ready for a toxic opinion, if you look at these people right here, all of them have at least a fucking symmetrical face, right? Like,
oh god,
I hate picking on her looks because like there's so much more to her to pick on, but it's hard. It's hard not to because she just has that lazy like face. Looks like she's like holding in a fart. But then she says shit like, I believe God picked Donald Trump. And it's like, I would understand why you would think that because the Republicans are driven by their God-fearing nature. That's how, if you're not rich, racist, or religious, why are you Republican?
You don't have to be super attractive to be involved in politics. You can be old, you can be wrinkly. I mean, look at Sanders. He's not a fucking spring chicken, and you got a lot of people who pay attention to him. But you also can't be a fucking moron. Like, at the same time.
I just think
like check boxes, and you can only have so many not checked.
I think it's amazing what genes will do, though, because Sarah Huckabee Sanders, she's in politics because of her nepotism. Because her fathers were Mike Huckabee and Bernie Sanders. They were gay dads that gave birth to her. What is that? Not that's not Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
No.
She doesn't have two gay dads.
Gay people can't
Bernie Sanders and Huckabee
procreate.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely positive.
So who's her other dad? Colonel Sanders?
No, she has a mother.
Oh.
Mike Huckabee and Mama Huckabee.
My oldest is a
Big
girl.
Mama
I think it's
Huckabee,
very important for
they
her
call
to
her.
see, even
That's her
at this
nickname.
age, that as a woman she can do anything that she sets out to do. And while it can be
think it's
incredibly
important.
difficult to find that balance,
I think it's important as a woman that my daughter knows she can do anything that the men will let her do.
I think it's important that you don't give up one thing for the other, because I think having that balance is very important. And my kids getting to see that.
Sometimes some people who have Southern accents, when they say important, it almost sounds like they're saying imported.
Imported?
Yeah.
Maria, your reaction.
So I heard that as well, Aaron, and I had a couple of reactions. The first one, I'm a working mom myself, as you are, as there are millions of us in this.
Fuck this. All right, I'm moving on.
We just got into it long enough to talk shit about Sarah Sanders.
Yeah. It's like, what? What can we even do? Like, how can you follow that up?
I'll tell you how. I think Sarah Sanders is a beautiful woman.
Okay. That's good.
And I want her daughter to know that her mom,
Big Mama Huckabee.
Big Mama Huckabee, is a hottie. That's what I want her daughter to know. I
You
want her daughter to know she can
want
do anything she
yourself
sets
some
out to
Big
do,
Mama Huckabee.
and that her mom, Big Mama Huckabee, is a hottie.
All right, I'm going to read some of these Streamlabs and Super Chats that came through. Mikey Metalhead, $2. Clued, become a squish-shaped Clued. Clued, become a squish-shaped Clued. Clued, become a square-shaped Clued. I'm trying to make this cloud become a square shape. What?
Some classics.
What? Clued, become a square shape, Clued.
Having some more brisket.
Barry Compton, $2. Oh, we already read that one earlier. Yes, Billy Compton is back. Which one didn't we? Oh, I don't know how to say this. Druja Bear? Here's $2 towards the abortion of Billy. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Randall Chevalier? Dude, what are you doing? I'm a geologist who studies global warming. Deniers piss me off. There's so much evidence that it's really sad governmental leaders have to lie. Yeah, they do that just to appeal to people who have ridiculous beliefs.
It's really sad.
Mostly
that
Christians.
The government leaders have to lie.
They do all the
really
time. Harry 4, $2. Trump is giving Wallace work. Oh yeah, we read that one. We've read all of the I'm baiting ones.
Yeah.
Juggalo V, $2. Sarah Huckabee sandwich. Funny shit. Oh yeah, Ardrich too, $5. Okay, show so far. Let's get to 400 today, everyone.
Let's do it.
So that means we need 200 more.
188.
And where the fuck is Dusty's owner?
Sluffing.
See, that's the crazy thing right now. If Dusty's owner came here and dropped like just about $30, he would win. He would be the associate producer.
Would take the top
next month.
Top. And of course, like Zach Perez just did, you can pledge on Patreon and get all the extra bonuses for your tier. Some of those bonuses are fucking wild.
So we wanted to have a live panel discussion with people who were $25 or above patrons, but I don't know if any of them are actually watching right now. If you're if you're a $25 or above patron, so all the way up to $100, and you want to come on the show and talk to us about segments and shit, feel free.
Spirit Flame
join the room.
Spirit Flame just chucked us a $4 thing here and said that America is able to ban Canadians that have bought weed with their credit cards. I don't know if they're actually doing that, but she says it's apparently what they can do. Ban Canadians from coming into the United States.
Americans are banning Canadians who bought weed with their credit cards?
Yeah, they can't come into the United States if they've purchased weed with their credit cards. It sounds ridiculously strict.
How do we have control over what they do with their credit cards?
It's interesting that I want to read more into that. If we can find something, if you guys know anything about this, send it into Drunken Peasants inbox. We'll check it out.
That's
in a
weird.
further episode.
Yeah, they let it, we have to buy weed with just cash here.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they're saying within the next year or so they might put laws.
They're
in.
saying, who are they and why? Like, why are we?
The way that Congress is trending, they're trending more to open up marijuana, and that marijuana might be closer to legalized within the next year or so. There's a lot of wheels in motion for this right now.
We can end the war on drugs.
Not even the war on drugs, right? Because like we could start a war on drugs and start it against the pharmaceutical companies that take advantage of prescribing addictive shit, over addictive shit. Like,
you're describing a war on capitalism, Billy, and I don't think we can do that.
Oh, we should. Somebody's got to eat the rich. If Trump legalizes weed, do you think he gets reelected on that alone?
I don't know.
Trump
I feel
become
that
the weed president.
Might alienate part of the base pretty hard.
I don't know.
You think his
I don't
base
think
really
so.
cares?
I don't think in this day and age. I think that could be the issue that could give Trump the win. Now that I really think about it.
Look, America, give me 4 more years and I'll give you 4 more ounces.
Yep.
Everybody gets an ounce. Every family of 4 gets an ounce every month to share amongst each other.
Instead of a wall, it'll be a giant greenhouse.
We're building a grow room across the Mexican border.
Oh, shit. Wrong thing. This.
Hello, pretty. Welcome back, baby. Stephen D here, your biggest fan and Base Station fan too. I have missed you so much, my darling. I've missed you so much. Have you seen my Did you get to see my videos last?
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, damn, dude. I'm baiting. Dude, yeah, Joe, I agree. Joe is a fucking bitch. Hey, I'm baiting. Did you see when Joe got zapped with the electric dog
balls?
Well, just when he was wearing it on his neck, and his face was like, oh, like it was like vibrating.
How can he
and shit.
zap?
Yeah.
There's so many videos of Joe getting slapped by women on the internet.
There's one of him choking a woman,
but she slapped him first. And that was that we're at $316, so somebody can catch a Stone Cold Stunner watching at home. This Stephen D is definitely not Stone Cold.
Ding dong,
Stephen
baby.
You, babe, when you and Priya have been away and that, you went to see your dad, didn't you, pretty? How is your dad? Is he right? I hope he's okay, pretty, anyway.
Who's
I love
your
you,
daddy?
pretty, my darling. I love you. Mwah. Hope you love me too. I'm gonna sing this song. I'll miss you so much, baby. It wasn't a story about you without you being on screen, baby.
The sickest thing about this guy is that like he uploads these videos to the public and they're always just addressed to the one fucking girl. I don't know if she's ever seen it. I hope she's seen it and just blocked him.
Someone's left a fucking hilarious comment in the pleb chat. Joe could be a 9 if he got a fade haircut. He's rocking a near mullet / 90s sitcom dad cut.
The Ray Romano.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everybody loves Ray, so they should love me too, right? Okay?
You're my inspiration. You know why? Because I love your naked body. You're a good shag. You're a good shag.
Autism Powers.
Autism Powers
is a nut. This is what a failed
Yeah,
abortion
you're
looks like.
right.
Damn.
Cool, bing bong. Oh, yeah, baby. Need this as well, baby.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What this girl's creeped out by you, so you go and splay your anus out for her? Is that how it works? Is this why I'm not getting Pretty and Priya in my bed? Is because
Yep.
I'm not exposing my
You should
innards?
make a video like this, and we'll post it to Pretty and Priya.
I should make a video like this for every single cam girl I can find. Like literally, I just go to cam girl websites and make response videos to every single one. I put out
Ding
thousands
dong,
of videos.
baby.
Oh my, that might be my new hobby. I'm just gonna make sexually charged videos.
You should
every
make an
single
entire
one.
new Twitter account called Autism Powers.
No, I would have to be what was the fat guy's name from Austin Powers?
Fat Bastard.
Fat Bastard. Yeah, I could be shit. What's an autism pun for Fat Bastard? It's Fat Bastard's the pun.
Bing bong.
Damn it.
You're overthinking it, I
I miss you
think.
so much, my darling. I love you, Pretty. You're the bestest, cutest ever, gorgeous, attractive young lady ever.
Oh, how can you say no to that guy? He's a sweet
Yeah,
boy.
you're the most attractive young.
You're
It's
the
funny how he'll
bestest.
say. It's funny how he'll say something so polite like that, but then he'll be like, "I'll stick it in your ass, Pretty."
Yeah. Then he goes and spreads his butt cheeks open and I put it right in your cornhole.
Ding dong way.
God damn it! You're the most gorgeous and precious. By the way, fucking titties.
Love you, Pretty. I'm gonna sing a song for you.
Oh God.
Why?
I don't want to know what he used that spoon for. I imagine it was for food, but I don't limit it to that. Any food this guy eats is probably gross. It's probably been sitting out for days. He probably has a pot of porridge on the counter, some sort of stew, some gruel. This guy he looks like the type of person that
I
feeds
just
on
enjoy
gruel.
typing things that I'd
Oh
never seen. Love you
damn,
guys.
dude! I'm baiting.
Okay,
Damn.
we hit our halfway
There it is.
goal.
Yes,
I'm
that
gonna
is-
tell a really emasculating shit
You know
story.
what? You know what's funny? I'm baiting, and I'm not. You don't have to do this, but Billy said I could literally abort him. I think he was so sure that we wouldn't.
we already talked about that not being legal, and we couldn't do it. I have to renege a few things if they're not legal or possible.
He said if we would reach, why would you put your life on the line like that?
Because it was a joke. Ben doesn't understand jokes. Ben has actual autism. He's like, Billy said a joke, but it can't be a joke because there's money on the line.
I still think that Ben should make a video where he attacks Billy with a vacuum cleaner.
But
he has 30,000 followers on Twitter.
What about your new account being Fat Spurgers?
Fat Spurgers. Fat Spurger.
Why men say
I'm just used to jokes being funny.
only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
Damn it.
That was beautiful.
Just what I think. He's the sickest, most sadistic, garbage rapist human in history. Those sweet, dulcet tones. Put him into sweet boy territory. Son of a bitch. This is how
And for
women
you,
get taken
Pretty,
advantage of.
Hope you do me videos well too, Pretty. I've missed you so much, my darling. I have missed
On
you.
his knees.
I love you, Pretty. I love you.
He's on his knees professing his love.
Mwah.
Nigger.
What the fuck? What was that? All right.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Lord Genesis here. It's been a while since I made a serious video, and I thought I'd just go ahead and make one for you guys. Because I know, sorry I'm being OCD with the lighting here, but I know that there are people who follow me, who may struggle with depression. It's really, actually, as sad as this is to say, it's a fairly common illness. And I consider it an illness as such. I don't consider it a mental thing or, anything like that. It's an illness. Like, it really affects the whole body. You feel like you have 100 pounds on you. It's a disgusting, sad thing. And sadly, some people become comfortable in it because they just become so used to it. And it's
Are you following at all yet? Because
This is him saying that depression isn't taken seriously enough in our society, and that he should be written off the hook for his dirty ass bed, dirty ass room.
You know what I found out?
Because he's depressed.
You know what I found out about his bed?
Everybody says it's a table with mattress foam on it.
Yeah, that's what
Can
it
that
is.
be true, though?
It's a wooden table.
Why would there be a table that low to the ground?
There's tables like that.
Is it a coffee table? Motherfucker just put some memory foam on a coffee table?
Something like that.
I don't know, man. I think someone's misreading this situation.
not something, you should do.
Look at his hair, too. What an interesting
what's that song
hairstyle.
by Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb. If you ever heard that song, Pink Floyd is a really, really awesome band, and I listen to stuff like that when I'm depressed. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if maybe that's not helping, but it's just very. I can definitely.
I don't know. It can help some people. It cannot help other people.
Yeah, the cool thing about depression is that it's not any sort of one thing, right? That depression takes many forms.
I mean, if it actually makes you feel better when you listen to it, then it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Relate to stuff like that, and depression, I think, can happen to people for different reasons, obviously, but I think a main reason people get depressed is simply because they're lonely. They feel alone in the world, It's a crazy world, guys, and sometimes I feel like I'm alone in the world.
Because you are alone in the world. You're alone in the world because you live in a fucking cesspool of your own creation. And you have circular logic, and you talk to YouTube to try and get some sort of friendship.
He posts so many videos, man.
Yeah, and he's part of this syndrome of YouTube where you talk to the camera like someone's fucking listening. All right,
some people are.
Some people are, but this is not an excuse for you to give up on the rest of your life. Clean your room up. Go out and socialize a bit. Maybe you can't socialize. Maybe your depression keeps you from socializing. But I guarantee you there is this problem. He's giving himself. He's in a trap. He's created a quicksand around him with his lifestyle and his belief system and his woe is me attitude. Poor me. He's always talking about
Genesis.
He's always talking about thinking he knows the answers to things and talks to the camera like he knows the fucking answer. And then like a few videos later, guess what, guys? I was wrong, and now I'm 60 pounds heavier because I did an all carb diet.
He said he was being OCD about the lights, but can he be OCD about the rest of his room?
Yeah. Honestly, I feel bad for Jared Genesis because
I don't know anything about him aside from he has this nasty ass room and he makes like 30 videos a day.
Oh, I was gonna say, I just
like,
feel bad for him because he could be playing with those toys right now. Instead, he wants to make crybaby videos on the internet.
I want to see him play the drums.
I want to see him play those toys on the drum set.
He
Like
must
bang
play the
fucking
drums
bebop
to
into the rock
justify
steady.
having that fucking big ass drum set.
Maybe.
Right?
Why has he never made a drum video?
I don't know. I've never
it's
seen
probably
one.
His dad's drums, and his dad keeps him in his room because he's like, look, son, you got to move out. I need a room for my drums. And he's like, Dad, can I move back into the house? Can I move back into the drum room, please, Dad? Papa, please.
I recently hit almost 1,000 subs now, and I have to say that my life has gotten a little bit better because of that.
Hey,
talking to you guys, but
yeah, the guys over on EFAP, they talk about him, so he's getting more attention because of that.
Yeah.
Have you watched that show?
No. No.
A lot of old school DP fans running that show.
Really?
Now.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of anything though. I'm in here fucking 3 to 4 times a week now, so I watch this as it's playing.
Yeah, basically.
Sometimes I still feel lonely though. Like I just don't really relate to a lot of people, or maybe I just feel like, people don't care about me and they just see me as a meme. That's one reason why I deleted my old channel, actually, is because I felt that way. Like,
I thought he was fake. I was like, no one is. What?
Yeah.
I was like, this can't be a real person.
It's
oh, there are videos of him playing the bass, huh?
Slapping the bass. And I can understand why he feels this way, right? Like a lot of people have imposter syndrome and don't feel like they're worthy of their life. And especially when they don't bother making their fucking bed. Like, does somebody want to link this guy Jordan Peterson video? I feel like Jordan Peterson makes videos for Jared Genesis.
Jordan Peterson.
Clean your room.
I couldn't believe it when I saw Jordan Peterson on Dr. Oz. I was like, what the fuck was that?
Jordan Peterson helped fund the Agenda 42 with the UN back in the early 90s that put women in power across the world.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
A lot of
People were just
conspiracy
sort of
theories
seeing me
there.
more as a meme than a person.
And now the incels are on the rise. He just happens to show up and tell these men to clean their room and stop complaining about being fucking involuntary celibate because it's their own fault. Could this not be a creation of our PSYOP government? Because they listened to somebody tell them what to do because they didn't have strong dads in their life. And now Jordan Peterson's doing the dad thing, saying, well, if you want to have a woman, you got to wash your balls and make your bed.
Strong dad.
He's got the sweater and everything. He looks like every sitcom dad.
Yeah. Mr. Rogers died, and people have been trying to fill that up, and Jordan Peterson came in and took over the Mr. Rogers role. He's like an alt-right Mr. Rogers.
Oh, that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
And don't get me wrong, I don't mind being seen as a meme, but I'm also a human being, with thoughts of my own, a personality of my own, and, emotions. And, but yeah, I mean, that's yesterday's news. I'm not upset about anything, and I don't want you guys to think that I, hate my fans or anything like that, because I certainly don't. But the point I'm trying to make is there are definitely points in my life where I do feel alone, and sadly I've felt that way a really long time.
Everybody feels alone, even when they're not alone. It fucking happens. It's human. And when you're not getting that attention that you seek, even when you're in the room with somebody that's on their fucking phone or something, and this is like your girlfriend, and she's over here typing your phone, you're like, I wish she'd pay more attention to me. It's a very human, natural thing to feel alone, and you're not even fucking alone. Jared is actually alone. You're gonna feel alone.
Well, I don't know, what he's got going on outside of this room.
Well, you can tell.
I don't know.
He doesn't go out at night and fucking woo girls at the billiard table, He's not a social creature. He's built his base here online as an outlet. It's his little safety net, is to talk to the camera like he's talking to another human being.
How can you know this?
How can I know this? Because I studied fucking human nature and philosophy and kicking kids in the face. I don't know how I know this. It's cold reading.
Oh, okay.
You look at the fucking guy. It's cold reading. You can just
last
tell.
thing. My name still isn't in the ducking intro credits as a $50 patron. Don't worry, Ben. I blame Billy and his troglodyte coattail clingers, not you.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
baiting.
you.
I actually will admit, since you've been so kind
It's
to us
his
tonight,
fault.
is I told Ben to leave you the fuck out.
Oh!
I said, look, the way he talks about my good pal Joe disgusts me. Because if I know one thing is that Joe's a good human and would never pay $1 to besmirch on baiting, because Joe's a sweet boy.
Oh my god.
Do you actually think Jared Genesis goes to a barber?
I don't think so. I think he cuts his own hair.
He's got the little fucking buzz cut.
Oh, the vacuum thing?
The Flowbee.
Yeah, that's it.
He's rolling with the Flowbee.
I developed depression at a
It's almost like a Kim Jong-un haircut.
very young age. I was
Very true.
probably 13 or 14. It's not something that an not something that an ass.
Jared Genesis would be better off just shaving all of his hair off.
Maybe.
Like, this is so bad.
We don't know what shape
His
he
hair
has.
looks like the shit I would sweep together on the floor.
Maybe it looks really good when it's like wetted down and brushed, and he just doesn't do that very often.
Stop.
Have to go through. No, it's not
Stop.
something an adolescent
Stop
should
this.
I used to kind of shave my head like that, except the tall part was as long as my hair is now. But I would have like the underneath shaved, so I could put my hair back in a ponytail, and it would look like I had like the Rob Van Dam
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
I used to do that a lot because then it would look like a clean cut when my ponytail was back. It would look like I had a little clean hair, and then the ponytail would be hanging. And then when it was down, I could have this, like when I'm wrestling, and my hair would fucking flap whenever I get hit, and it'd slap around.
Yeah.
I liked that, but
to go through.
this obviously.
I actually dealt with a lot of shit in my life as a kid. I was on these ADD medications. Adderall. Really fucked me up. I developed these tics, like where you twitch and stuff, and like what I'm doing now, picking my eye. I don't have them anymore, but
It's not a tick, dude. You got shit in your eye. You're pulling it out because you're gross. You calling it a tick?
It really fucked me up. I look like a tweaker, you know, like some 12-year-old crackhead.
It's probably because you don't have sheet laundry on your bed, and you probably got some sort of mites and must and bug and fuck infestation there that's getting in your skin and crawling into your eyes and causing your eye boogers to fucking meld because you're sleeping in your own filth. That's probably part of the problem. It's not a twitch as much as it is your body having live larva infestations across it.
Just betting is not a one-time.
Someone called it the buckwheat bowl cut.
Our guy Jared Genesis is the next Kim Jong-un. He's a genius.
And I dealt with isolation too. I didn't have many friends. It was a
I've been
rough
trying
life.
to think the entire time while we're watching him what the theme is for everything he's been doing, and I figured it out finally. And this is discount Pauly Shore.
Huh.
He's got the wacky shirt. He's got the puka shell necklaces. He's stuck in the early 90s, like Biodome style.
He does look kind of like...
Does Pauly Shore have Ninja Turtle action figures?
I mean,
He
the
probably
characters
would have.
that Pauly Shore played. Probably.
Pauly Shore. If Pauly Shore was around today at the age he was then, now, he'd probably have action figures. Pauly Shore was he was more of the hippie generation, right? Like he was in the 90s, so he probably grew up in the 70s, so he had that carryover. The hippie kind of carryover for style. I think Jared Genesis does kind of remind me of Stephen Baldwin from Biodome, though. Like he's kind of dressed like him and acts like him. And Jared Genesis is going to become a major right-wing Christian soon. If
I think he already is.
Is he Christian?
Yeah.
I haven't picked that up.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you know, it
Good
sort
for
of
him.
carried through into my adulthood. So I can understand why loneliness would probably be a main root for depression. But don't get me wrong, you know, there's plenty of other reasons a person can be depressed. But I think loneliness is a huge one.
No.
And,
give him a hug.
Violet Stoolbutter says, Billy an hour ago, just don't diagnose people, dude. Just don't. Did I say that? I think what I said was don't lie about people. Don't make up lies. This is pure speculation. Like, I'm not lying. I'm not saying, look, he has these dirty fucking rats like I'm some sort of scientist. It's speculation based on the fact that he sleeps in bed filth. I'm not making up lies. I'm making up theories here. This is the scientific process. I think there's a difference.
This and you struggle with loneliness, all I can say is, you know, I'm always here for you, buddy. You know, you got one fan, Jared Genesis, and I think you're super rad, and I hope that you think you're rad too. But yeah, it's.
I think you're super rad,
I
Jared
think you're
Genesis.
super rad and totally gnarly.
I would hang out with Jared Genesis and maybe even let him be in my harem of evil friends.
Harem?
My harem of evil friends.
Is this like the Godly Bros?
Yeah. I would have a three-way with Onision, Martin Shkreli, and fucking Keemstar and Leafy.
And Jared Genesis?
And Jared Jens, yeah.
Damn.
I'd have a big old Godly Bro gangbang with my rogues gallery of friends.
Wow.
This
it is a
depression
hypothesis.
sucks. It really sucks. And
Deal with it.
You just got to try to find
You'd just be
happiness
using him
in
to get
whatever
into his
way
room
you
to play
can
with
in
his
life.
toys.
You know, life is short. You've all heard this before. Life's too short to be miserable. You know, life's too short to be unhappy. And you just got to do whatever you can to try to find joy in your life. You know what I mean? Do what makes you happy. And it's really that simple. It's really that simple. The formula is quite simple. It's just do what makes you happy. don't let stress overtake you or any
Is he trolling?
Problems that you're dealing with. Because most
he
of the
trolling?
problems we deal with are rather small.
I don't even know anymore.
Because he starts saying how depression is real. It's a medical thing. You can't deny depression. And now at the end of this, he's like, it's really just about doing what makes you happy. Do what makes you like. You started this off in one breath, saying it's a medical condition. Is you can't break it. And now he's saying just break it by doing what you love. Like that's.
He's a tard.
I feel like he might actually be a troll, and he's just like next level amazing at this. I'm starting to second guess everything. How do you start with something so different and end it?
Wouldn't it be funny if this was the only room in his house that looked like this, and he lived in like this gigantic, like pristinely clean mansion?
Well, this might be the only room that looks like this.
And like this is like he gets up in the morning and like puts on this costume and walks into this. This is his studio.
Yeah,
where he plays this character that people watch on the internet.
He puts his headphones on and just starts dancing around, making messes to the music to liven up how gross the room is.
Yep.
He's like this artist working in his space.
He's sitting in front of his mirror getting ready, and he's like, "I'm a spurg. Yep. I'm a spurg."
Just sort of make them a bigger thing than they need to be. At least in my experience, that's how it is.
Let's watch this. This is crazy. It's the 2018 slapping championships
in Russia.
Yeah. Ow, dude. This is so bad.
This is so Russia though, man. Like Russia is badass. Russia is where toxic masculinity thrives. I'm so jealous. Like, I don't want to live in Russia, right? But I do kind of want to visit. Like if I had some sort of protection shield, because I feel like they'd fuck me up.
Nah.
Russia is hardcore, dude. How can he slap? Damn it.
How can he slap?
This is definitely not a bitch boy slap fight. This is like a drunk man slap fight. This is not bitch boy at all.
Also, they really calling this the slappy-and-ships.
There's a video of my buddy Shawnee and Joe having a slap fight like this in the studio down in Beverly Hills. It's great because they just fucking cold cock each other for 8 or 9 rounds.
Ow!
That little thick bear that just slapped dude in the face. That's like, I think he might be the worst slap of all. Like he just looks like a little tank, big old barrel chest. I feel like somebody's getting an eye knocked out.
I'd be afraid of someone slapping my ear.
Oh, it hurts. Yeah, your earrings.
Oh, it'd be so hard to sit there and let someone slap you like that too. Oh! He like clipped the bottom of his chin.
He thudded him. Ooh, that had a nice little box sound to it.
Yeah, it sounds like they're using their whole body. Like you're getting slapped with the bottom of their feet. Just
like look at how these men are in Russia, right? Just imagine how tough you have to be a woman in Russia.
He's got his Russian tracksuit on.
A woman would kick my ass in Russia.
Ow! Whoa! That guy almost got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. Dude, you can get knocked out from a slap.
on the side when your brain hits the side of your
Oh.
I feel like somebody's eye is gonna get slapped right out of the socket.
This is so brutal. Damn, that guy just took it like it was nothing. But you see how red his face was? He's probably been slapped so many times that day.
Damn.
Wonder if they're hitting him harder because he's wearing a Captain America outfit.
That's great, right?
Jesus, this is...
Damn.
I need to know what the scoring is. Like, I need to know, do you get technique points? Like, is it sound based?
I imagine it's just slap until the other guy looks like he's slap happy or quits.
Yeah, just laying it in there really good.
I'm sure they just keep, the way it looks, they just keep going until one person's like, no more. And I think I would get one good slap and I would go to slap again. And then by the second one, I'd probably be done. I don't know, man. I don't like people fucking with my face.
And by the way, we've been joined by 2 of our qualifying patrons.
Qualified.
What's up, guys?
Hey. Yo.
Hey.
Pleasure talking with you.
Pleasure having you guys here.
They develop Bell's palsy in their faces. I would believe that.
Like JR.
Are you guys like getting slapped in the face?
Depends. I really like watching it all of a sudden.
I feel like Egghead would join this competition just to get a couple knocks in the mouth.
Oh, golly gee, guys.
Golly gee, guys. I just came here to get the new flavor of Oreo. I guess you gotta slap me in my mouth, right? Okay, look at my
Toothpaste flavored Oreos, guys. Wow. Shirts off now.
Shirts off
party. Damn. That dude. That guy looks like he could slap hard, but it looks like he's losing. Ooh. What if it broke your jaw or something? Oh, dude, he rung his bell.
And it's quite obvious they do not have weight classification.
No, I mean, yeah. I feel like weight only matters in the delivery and not as much in the taking of the slap. I guess if you're like a little bitch boy, you can get knocked out by the slap like that blonde kid almost did.
Yeah, what if like, you know, like Mark Henry showed up at something like this?
In a room full of white men? He wouldn't stop slapping. He'd be like, get the fuck out of here. Because look at how white this room is. That's just Russia though, right? I don't know. Mark Henry shows up, someone's probably going to say something wrong right off the bat. He's got to slap the shit out of him.
It's true.
Oh, man. This is way better than like 8 Mile rap battles.
Their faces must be so fucking tender the next day.
Yeah.
You know? You'd be all there's probably swelling.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wonder if you get disqualified for like thudding or clapping with the
Probably
bottom
get a
of your
bad
head.
headache too.
I'm probably, but they probably just drink it off. They're fucking crazy, man. They don't give a shit. I take it this is the finals, right? Like the way they're playing this out.
Yeah, these two guys have been slapping the fuck out of each other for a while now.
And then Anthony Fantano's in the background there, giving this a light 7.
A light 7.
dude's hand is bleeding? He cracked his own hand open? Is that what's going on now?
I probably. Wow.
Literally lost because you cracked your own hand open and can't go on. Holy shit.
So that's the key to winning these. It's not even in the slap.
How did Anthony Fantano just turn into Michael Rooker?
I don't know.
Merle from Walking Dead.
Swelling.
Oh, God.
my fucking God. Oh, God. Dude, that looks so bad. That does not look fun.
That's not right.
Yeah. I do not like that at all.
All right, so these are the men that competed?
I guess
Was it the top 8?
Fuck.
Is that Ian Miles
Do you
Chong
think
back there?
Captain America was a heel?
Yeah.
He starts a USA chant.
Dude, Ian Miles Chong. Holy shit. That shit's... have you seen that shit
A
unraveling?
little bit, yeah.
Oh my fucking God. Man, that...
Why isn't the Asian dude clapping? Is it...
My face hurts.
He's lost.
Yeah, he doesn't even speak Russian. He just showed up to ask directions to the bus.
They
and they're
slapped the
"Come
fuck out
here." And
His hand is broken. He doesn't want to clap.
and he's still waiting for the bus. So he's like, why am I here?
My face hurts.
I'm just waiting for the bus. He's not moving at all. Everybody else is cheering. He's just like...
Also, his face is not red and bloody.
He has dementia. He has no idea where he even is or who he is.
I thought this was the Red Lobster.
Right.
Wow.
Thrilling.
You know what? We've reached a milestone almost. We're at 240 Brave browser downloads.
Oh.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So 10 more downloads and you start watching the show on the Brave browser. You can start...
Yeah. Watching
earning-
it on the browser is extremely important because we're going to start getting paid more tokens just by people using it to watch us. They track this shit.
Yeah, and if you earn the basic attention tokens and they take off because your favorite creators are using them, then it's going to gain a completely new marketplace with them, and you'll be rich because of using basic attention tokens. That's how cryptocurrency works, right?
Yeah, but crypto's not doing too well like right now.
Because it has no backing, but this is backed by the entertainers you love.
Wow.
It could grow. You're backing the entertainers you love while making the currency actually have a use. Crypto doesn't have a use other than balancing against the dollar and selling drugs.
Hey,
on the creator
the old
side, is the
investing
Brave
adage.
browser easy to use?
On the
Like all
creator-
of
I
it's
think
back-end
it's
for you
good.
guys?
I've been using it
Yeah.
since I first heard about it from you guys.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
think
easy.
quality.
It's just like it's based off Chromium, so it's pretty similar to Google Chrome. So if you use that at all, then it's really not.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to
That
put
all-
in I'm waiting for them to put in the
The tip thing. Or
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
bits.
Them bits.
The tick old
Them,
bitties.
them bits. But everybody who's been using it so far has had good things to say about it. So
Yeah.
thank you guys. Thank you guys for using it, and I'm glad that it's an improvement to your other browser properties. Ben had to use it the other night during our Twitch show to play a video on because the video wouldn't play otherwise, and Brave saved the day.
How brave.
Check this out. Check this out, dude. Mario's looking haggard these days.
Oh,
Yeah, he's pretty out of shape.
Mario, I pray you're having a great day. I wanted to go ahead and create a video here to share with you how it is that I believe God is about to use this current controversy that I find myself in for his glory. You know, one of the amazing promises of God is that all things work out for the good.
Is he talking about his dick pics?
Yeah. All things
He's a
work out for the
vagabond
good.
Christian Mario.
Yeah.
I think we need to match him up with G-Time Johnny. I think
He's looking so
I think that's
bad,
the direction
dude.
he's going.
Yeah,
It
dude.
might be good for him.
In 5 years, he'll be living out in the Canadian wilderness, running around in a loincloth.
for those who love God and are called according to his purpose. And I truly do love the Lord. And I do believe that I am called according to a purpose. And that purpose has never been more clear to me in my life than it has been revealed to me through this trial, through this storm. So in this video here today, I just wanted to share with you what I plan on doing to turn this horrible situation into a blessing for me and for probably thousands of you who struggle in the very same way that I struggled and are weak in the same areas that I am weak. Now, I know I said previously I wasn't going.
It's just sad to see this guy like continuously go deeper and deeper into the shit that's making him so unhappy in his life.
Well, I just don't think that he should be in a position of telling other people how to live their life if he can't have his own fucking life in control enough not to
I agree.
contradict his own teaching.
Well, the funny thing is like, we don't care if he does drugs and has orgies.
No, we care if he tells people that doing drugs and having orgies will send you to hell, or just watching the Super Bowl will send you to hell. Shit like that. Fantasizing this martyr world.
It's bad enough he says that, but he's a hypocrite too.
If you watched Katy Perry at the Super Bowl, you were praying to Satan the whole time and you just didn't know it.
Oh, well, thank you for telling us that, you piece of shit that preys on girls with allegedly fake dick pics.
To upload content to this YouTube channel, but that was largely because of a group of online, very hateful individuals who want nothing more than my destruction. In fact, they want this YouTube channel to be deleted, and they don't want me to be spiritually restored in gentleness or love. They want to see me gone and destroyed. I'll talk a little bit more about them at the end of the video here today, but I'm not going to allow these individuals anymore to influence me so that I can miss the amazing opportunity to be a blessing to so many of you. If you haven't heard, the personal weaknesses that I've been struggling with in my walk with God since I got saved have been brought to light in a very public,
It's not like you've made like 6 videos about
very
this already.
Right. He's made probably like 10 hours worth of video on this.
Yep. Probably more than most of his detractors, honestly.
If he wanted it to just go away, he should stop talking about it.
I feel guilty for the things that have been brought to light. They should not have been in the way that they were, and had these individuals actually followed the scripture, this would have never been done in this fashion.
So,
they're not real Christians.
If these individuals would have followed the scripture, I would have been able to hide the fact that I'm a hypocritical shitbag. But since they didn't follow the scripture, it's not really my fault. Like, they should have followed the scripture, so I could have hidden the fact that I wasn't following the scripture better.
Yeah, what a load of bullshit, honestly. Like, he can't even be honest with himself for 5 fucking...
It's true.
You know, we're to go to a brother in private if he doesn't repent, 2 go, 3, and then it's brought to the church at large. But this immediately was used as an opportunity to create sensational videos online, because if you look at their content, these are people that pounce on the opportunity to destroy other people, to criticize, to judge in a hateful way. And, well, now I'm that next big sensational story for the time being. But anyways, we'll talk a little bit more about that.
I think, honestly...
We're going to talk more?
Hardly anybody knows anything about this, honestly. It's
outside of his little community, yeah. It's true.
Yeah. Oh. I saw some crying.
Oh,
no. Wouldn't be a Mario video without a little waterworks.
He abhors. And Brother Mario has been a very...
Mario.
I've been very prideful in my life, and it's
very prideful.
Falls.
If I'm guilty of one thing, it's lust. If I'm guilty of 2 things, it's lust and misinformation for profit and greed. If I'm guilty of 3 things, it's lust, misinformation for profit and greed, and prideful.
Smoking
but none of it is ever his fault.
Yeah.
I want to humble myself. I want God to humble me.
I wanna fuck your ass, and then you're gonna be humble.
That's what's gonna make Mario
if you
humble.
struggle with pride and being humble. You're a narcissist and you're very arrogant. Come on this journey with me. I don't judge you. I know some people say narcissists can't be changed. God can change all people. All of us.
God can change.
I believe
he's
in
going
God.
for the modern Friar Tuck look. Like, is that what we're seeing here? Like, he's got the simple bowl cut and the haggard beard, and he's wearing the modern equivalent of the burlap robe, the simple hoodie.
Good observation.
I'm also going to make videos about being single. This whole thing that happened.
Why? Dude, I love how Mario's answered all of this shit is to just put even more
Make
of his
more
life out.
videos.
Yeah. Give people even more personal information about him and let them know more about what's in his mind. It's just like you're just asking for more hate videos to come your way, dude.
But if he makes videos on being single, he'll get these single Christian ladies to want to come
These hot blonde
get in the hot blonde babes and want to get back in the Godly Bros gangbangs. So it's a circle of fucking lust here. I'll make videos about being single, so all the single ladies will know.
The gangbangly bros.
The gangbangly bros.
Any publicity, right? I mean, maybe
Took
it'll
away
work.
someone from me that I was really into. I met an amazing woman.
Oh my god.
Here in Ottawa in the last little while, and
why does he feel the need to keep going on about this shit? In this video where he's supposed to be addressing the controversy for the 17th time, he decides to go into, his personal relationships and shit? It's like, come on, man. At least make it like a separate fucking video. Like, you're gonna lump all this shit together? Just put out all your dirty laundry out at once? It's bullshit.
Well, I mean,
He's
cool thing about
trying to be a lesson.
the cool thing about religion is it's designed for manipulators to excel, right? Like when you fall,
Yes.
you get forgiveness because you can quote exactly what part of the Bible gets you forgiveness, and all the followers are like quick to say, "Oh, you know what? You're right. You're right." It's makes the perfect tool for control. Because the dominator fucking preachers, the dominator fucking people that know the way of the Lord the best can run circles around everybody else. And everybody else would be like, oh, you're right. I'm so sorry, Mario. The fact that you took advantage of that girl and sent her fake dick pics to get her to fucking send you whatever you wanted out of her, that wasn't predatory at all. You're a sweet boy, and God bless. You're a fucking predator, dude.
my own sin. I wish I would have took care of this before I met her. Because it wouldn't be like this right now.
He's
My brother Mario-
I feel like he's putting on an act to some extent, you know? Trying to get the waterworks up to try and, you know.
He does this all the time.
Subconsciously.
Everybody cries. Not everybody cries and puts it on the internet.
camera. Yeah, seriously.
Subconsciously, he probably is acting, but I think in his head, he truly believes that, you know, this is him being natural, but he's doing this because he knows the tears get him sorrow, pity, and shit. He knows that these tears work for him in his favor in manipulation. People see him weak and they want to say, God damn it, I feel bad for this boy. God bless this boy. He's going through so much. It could be completely Pavlovian. He wants to prove his way here, that he starts tearing up because he knows it works in his favor without even knowing. This could be completely reactionary. He's that much of a fucking manipulative abuser. He uses the scripture to put a position of power over these fucking people, and he's continued to abuse it and use it to profit, and not just profit, but take advantage of fucking girls online. He's admitted to that time and again, and we let him get away with it because God says forgive.
Lost a very special woman of God with integrity. Just an amazing woman, because I hadn't dealt with all these things. And some of you, you're going to end up messing it up. You're going to end up messing up that relationship. And someone that's very dear and special.
Oh my God.
God's going to remove them from your life.
God's going to do it. God did it. What?
God done did it.
God, you dumb.
done did it.
Mario, you're so dumb. You dumb.
Mario's like the worst example of a Christian where he puts up like every single action in his life. He can take like he doesn't take like anything for himself, right? Like he thinks everything is up to God and he doesn't do anything for himself at all. It's ridiculous. Unless he's getting like orgies set up. That's the only time Mario ever does anything for himself.
And we know that God had more to do with him getting those orgies than anything, because his platform that he built on God was what got him in connection with these fucking women.
Mario will grab you by the pussy.
Grab you by the pussy.
Damn, I put this shit on my foot because my foot hurts, and it's so good. Damn, dude.
Damn.
It's called Dragon Balm. It's a THC and CBD infused balm with like menthol and other kinds of shit in it. And when you put it on sore joints and stuff, it takes the pain away, and then you get a little bit high afterwards too.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's
So,
my favorite thing.
Skep, I know you might have to bounce off pretty shortly.
Yes.
So if you want to shout out what you do on Twitch,
do your thing.
Yeah, I mean, Tuesday nights I cover weird news from around the world, and Thursday nights we've started a brand new history-themed podcast where we cover interesting history stories. Last week was John Paul Jones, the fucking baddest-ass pirate in the history of all of the American Revolution. And when we went to war with England, he instead went to England and went to war. And then tonight we're going to be covering the Emu Wars in Australia.
Cool.
So
I've heard about that, the Emu Wars. Yeah.
They literally declared a military action against 20,000 emus and lost.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Emus are like
so,
mini ostriches, basically.
Yeah.
But they are crafty.
Right. But yeah, if anybody wants to check me out on Twitch sometime, that's awesome. I try to make sure my shows are not during the Drunken Peasants. So,
hey, yeah, I appreciate that. We started doing streams on Twitch too, like once a week. We do the post show, and I think we're gonna go do the post show in a minute here. Anyway,
yeah. It's about that time.
We got Spec down there too. I think Spec might want to come up in here. Maybe.
Okay, sure.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Did you spill any molten metals on yourself today?
No.
Okay.
Good. Yeah.
all right. Well, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for having me on again, guys.
Later.
Have a good
All
one.
right, take it easy.
See.
So,
is Mario gonna cry in his next video, or could this be the last time he ever uses crying to manipulate his audience?
it definitely won't be the last time he uses crime.
Will this be the last time he fucks up and works his shit over on some random broad and then gets caught and has to apologize again? Because that seems to be a recurring sister situation too. He's got a history of abuse.
Time.
On the Vigilant Crybaby
Radio Network. The Vigilant Crybaby Radio Network. SkepTalk is still here. The ghost of SkepTalk remains. And he'll just stay there. He'll stay there frozen in time.
Yeah, frozen.
That's enough evidence for me that ghosts are real.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, now Egghead and... oh, man. Okay, we're just going to go do the post show.
All right, yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Egghead.
Good job, Egghead.
Yeah,
Fucking
everyone blame Egghead. He's such a piece of shit.
Egghead.
You know, even Speedy Adams was making fun of Egghead.
Yeah, Speedy Adams talked a lot.
We were like, man,
Yeah,
Egghead's
dude,
a bitch, right, Speedy? And Speedy was like, yep.
He's like, I reckon so.
I reckon Egghead's a big ass
Speedy's
cuck.
awesome, dude. Speedy's like the Chad, you know?
Dude, Speedy was like, yeah, Harlem Globetrotter's going to come over and rail the fuck out of Egg Tits. And Egghead's just going to lay there and watch the whole time. Right? Yep.
That's America.
Yeah, I
the
remember
Harlem
that.
fucking Globetrotters are coming to town.
Ain't that America?
Gonna run a train.
Damn it. That was sweet.
Like, if that was filmed and made into a porn, what do you think the music for that would sound like?
And then queefing and stuff.
Gross.
Queefing and stuff.
And then it like goes into hackety sack or whatever. Worst porn ever. And Egg Tits is just there juggling fucking basketballs and dicks at the same time. Because she's a professional. Gotta respect that handiwork.
The Harlem Globetrotters. All right, guys. See you in the post show. If you want to become part of the post show, become a member. Click the join button. Otherwise, yeah, become a $10 patron. Good night.
We're all stars now in the post show.
Good night.
Bye.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.